Hey everybody, welcome to my second stream of the day. If you were here for my first one, then you would have seen me shopping online for some shoes. That wasn't very successful, but if you want to see some crazy, wild, unique shoes, do go check out my previous live stream today from everything5pounds.com. Not sponsored. I love retail therapy, basically. That's what it is. I love retail therapy. Nothing more, nothing less. I just love shopping. Real shopping, virtual shopping, shopping in general. I am there like a shop. So let's get myself into some kind of order because I'm never really in some kind of order. Let's be honest. I'm literally winging this. So, what is my live stream today? So, it's St. Patrick's Day, of course. It's a hangout with Raven. I'm here. And then I'm going to point out some things. Now, the pointing out some things will come later once a few more people is here because then someone is getting on my nerves. Someone. I wonder who. Take a stab in the dark. Who do you think's got my nerves today? We'll get to that later. We're going to get to the interesting part of my stream first. And then if anyone wants to stay and hear the boring stuff about the things that I need to point out, you can stay. So today, if you are here, welcome. Hi, I'm the Midnight Raven. If you are new, welcome. Today is St. Patrick's Day. If you're not Irish, you may not know. If you're in America, I do believe they celebrate St. Patrick's Day over there. Believe they have the American Irish, as they say, and they celebrate St. Patrick's Day. So I thought I would give you some information on St. Patrick's Day first because I'm British. I have some Irish blood in me, a very small amount, but there is some. And I thought I would share some facts with you about St. Patrick's Day and do something a bit more interesting than just trolling a certain YouTuber. We're going to come to that later. So, if you didn't know, today is March the 17th. It's St. Patrick's Day, also known as St. Paddy's Day or St. Patty Day. It's the one day of the year that everyone can call themselves Irish. Isn't that great? Because the rest of the year, the Irish are all sheep shaggers and all this stuff. But once a year, the Irish are allowed to be Irish and celebrate. Hey, Coach Joe Ron. So, I'm part Irish, and my surname's also part Irish. So if you've been living under a blimey stone, then you wouldn't know that it's St. Paddy's Day. We bet you share a thing or two with the religious festival commemorating the Irish famed patron saint who brought Christianity to Ireland, which ended up being a day basically celebrated globally for drinking green beer and having whiskey shots. So a religious patron came to Ireland to bring Christianity and ended up turning it into the world's biggest drinking game. Why not? I mean, you couldn't complain at that, could you? So, St. Patrick's Day is celebrated in countries all around the world, not just in Ireland. There is a large conservation of American Irish that also celebrate the festival. It's not just an American holiday. It's not just an Irish holiday. It is celebrated all over. Believe me, us Brits don't mind a reason to get drunk. We don't need a reason to have a drink, mind you. We're all partial to a bit of the tipple, as they say. Do we need an excuse to drink? I don't think so. I think we do pretty well. Next, parades are held throughout St. Patrick's Day in America and as well as Ireland. Unfortunately, due to COVID, everything has been cancelled. You can't even go to the pub for a traditional Paddy's drink. Not surprising, the first parade was held in St. Patrick's honour, taking place in America, not Ireland. A lot of people didn't know that. It was in 1601. And it was in St. Augustine, Florida, and it was the first St. Paddy's Day parade. The parade also took place in America in 1739, and it was held down the streets of Boston by a few Jewish Protestants who wanted to honor the sainthood of the motherland. The first St. Paddy's Day parade in New York was held in 1762, 14 years before the signing of the Declaration of Independence was organised by the Irish troops serving in the British colonies. So St. Paddy's Day isn't just a British thing. St. Paddy's Day is celebrated in the UK, where we go to the pubs and get drunk. It's celebrated in America as parades and as a festival, and it's also celebrated in the UK. Today, it's the world's biggest St. Paddy's Day celebration. The annual parade is held in New York, or it would have done if there hadn't been COVID. Among 2 million people were at the last New York St. Paddy's Day parade. And you can all claim to be Irish for one day just so you can get drunk. You can have a tiny bit of Irish in you and get drunk. So the luck of the Irish and all things green are celebrating on St. Patrick's Day. It is traditional to wear green of any shade. It is traditional to have a Irish pint of some description or a shot of something on St. Paddy's Day. The day is to honour the patron saint of Ireland, and over the holidays you are invoked to have fun, be Irish, be merry, and drink. I mean, it's not a bad festival, really, is it? I mean, it's not a bad thing to celebrate, is it? St. Paddy had it right, you know. So the history of St. Patrick's Day. The Catholic Church first recognised March the 17th, commemorating St. Paddy's Day, with the rare exemption that fell on March the 17th, always falls during the holy season of Lent, when alcohol had been prohibited by the church. Imagine that, having a celebration for the Irish during the time of Lent when you're meant to give up stuff, and alcohol being, oh yes, the Irish got it wrong. But on the St. Patrick's Day feast day, the alcohol ban on that one day was lifted. Hurrah, I hear you say. I'm a legit Italian on my mum's side and Irish on my dad's. Well, happy Paddy's Day to you too. So, the beloved patron saint of Ireland remained a traditional religious day festival. Irish laws obviously outlook the fact that it's during the time of Lent and you can drink. And the use of alcohol on March the 17th by mandating that all pubs remained closed on that day. This was Irish law until the 70s. Can you believe not going to the pub for an Irish drink on St. Paddy's Day? But in the 70s, they lifted it so that the pubs could be open on St. Paddy's Day so everybody can have a drink. Can you imagine having a pub close for a festival that is celebrated by drinking? That's like closing the pubs on New Year. Like, come on, people. The day continued and is still observed as a feast by the Church of Ireland, the Catholic Church, the Anglican Communion, the Eastern Orthodox Church, and the Lutheran Church. I can't pronounce stuff to save my life. However, the Irish government became aware of the growing interest by Americans by the mid-1990s, and they launched a campaign to convert American fascination with St. Paddy's Day and Irish Day into tourist dollars. Well, you can't beat the Irish for having a sense of money. I need a cigarette to get through the history of St. Paddy's. Well, thank you. I'm just doing my British thing. So meanwhile in America, 1 million Irishmen and women and children were migrating through the Ellis Isles in the 1800s. They faced depression, leaving most of them in poverty when they arrived in New York. As the numbers grew, they rallied together to celebrate their beloved patron saint with being broke, and they would celebrate on the streets, hence the parades and the festivals becoming a thing by the Irish migrants in America. And as they made their way across the American heartland to the Deep South, seeking jobs and opportunities, they would drink away their sorrows, and it became a way of celebrating St. Paddy's Day by having and raising a toast to these people that went to America for the American dream, and they took the holiday basically with them. So as far as observing heavy drinking on St. Paddy's Day, like I said, back in the day, pubs were actually closed on St. Paddy's Day, kind of like pubs being closed on Christmas Day mostly. And then, like I said, they decided, what a stupid thing to do. Close a pub on St. Paddy's Day, like, hello. And then, obviously, they lifted the ban so that everybody could have a pint to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, which is obviously the way they should have gone, because, hello, what St. Patrick's Day is. It's a parade, it's a celebration, and by golly, can the Irish put it away. Let's be honest. So then, obviously, this became a modern phenomenon rooted in Irish tradition, and the Irish are not complainers. And when they first came to America, yes, they didn't have jobs. Yes, they were penniless, but by golly, did they want to celebrate being Irish still. Now, everyone claims to be Irish on St. Paddy's Day for an excuse to drink, but do raise a glass. And remember the Irish that went to America for the American dream and may not have all found it. But if they didn't find it, they did find a bottle to celebrate on St. Paddy's Day. So the history of St. Paddy's Day, the first parade, like I said, was held in 1601. The St. Patrick Feast of Ireland first started in 1631. The presidential attendants, Harry S. Truman, attended the St. Paddy's Day parade in New York City to fight racial prejudice against Irish migrants. In 1962, Chicago, Illinois, 60 pounds of green dye was used to dye the river bright green in celebration of St. Patrick's Day. That was in Chicago, Illinois, and they dyed the water in the river to be green for St. Paddy's Day. Can you imagine going past there and seeing a green river? Did the UK have its own form of prohibition back in the day? Yeah, in the 1920s. The prohibition in the UK was in the 1920s. It was banned, and you ended up getting bootleggers and prohibition places. I think it was same in the UK. I think alcohol was prohibited as well. Not as much in America, but we have had prohibition here in the UK. And then moving on through the decades, St. Paddy's Day parade goes dark. The global 19 pandemic of 2020 cancelled the largest St. Paddy's Day event in New York for the first time in 259 years. Last year was the first year that St. Patrick's Day had not had a parade in New York, and it's been 259 consecutive years that they have celebrated St. Patrick's Day with a parade, with a feast, and unfortunately they cancelled the event, and this year's event was cancelled too, I believe. So unfortunately, you're going to have to celebrate St. Paddy's Day at home. And I believe Ireland are still in a lockdown. I don't know if it was lifted for day. The States had prohibition in the 20s as well. Yeah. I can't remember the UK prohibition exactly. But, okay, so prohibition in the UK. Until 1916, there was no prohibition in the UK. The regulations were enforced restricting the sale of substances, but alcohol was not on the list. Although the sale of alcohol and consumption has never been prohibited by law, there has been massive amounts of campaigns to prohibit it. kind of the same as they did in America during the 1920s when you had the prohibition. But it's never actually been outlawed per se. Alcohol has been fairly legal all the time in the UK, although there has been a lot of people that would like to see alcohol banned, restricted. But it's not been as bad as the 1920s in America, where prohibition happened and they basically outlawed alcohol. Although I believe Henry VIII did try to outlaw alcohol at one point, and he obviously didn't succeed. And then obviously St. Paddy's Day this year has been different. Obviously they've not been able to celebrate and that kind of thing. And unfortunately, you know, that's St. Paddy's Day. So the best ways to celebrate St. Paddy's Day would be to go to a pub and have a drink. Well, unfortunately, we can't do that. Alternatives to celebrating St. Paddy's Day would be to wear green, eat some Irish food for your tea, get drunk, maybe not so much. Drink sensibly, my friends. Drink green beer. Irish beer, try and stay true to the Irish. Obviously, listening to Irish music, maybe over dinner, have it playing in the background. You could watch an Irish movie, maybe a movie that features maybe a leprechaun, or some Irish movies if you know them. Maybe you can have Westlife playing in the background, or you could have Boyzone. I believe they're all Irish. So there are ways to celebrate it. You can't go on a pub crawl, obviously. You can't go to a parade. You could do some Irish dancing at home. You could get some music on, have some alcohol, and do the Irish jig in your house if you know how to do the Irish jig. Or if you know how to dance, maybe you could teach your family that you have in the house. Maybe you could do some river dancing. Who knows what you can do in your house for St. Paddy's Day. So that is St. Patrick's Day in a nutshell. You know, the best thing I can say is celebrate, you know, sensibly, have green food, have Irish food, wear green, listen to Irish music, you know, and that kind of thing. You know, there are loads of things you can do on St. Paddy's Day. But list some Leprechaun movies off for us. Well, you've got Leprechaun 1, 2, and 3. That's a Leprechaun movie, isn't it? Leprechaun movie is you have Leprechaun 1, 2, and 3, which is a Leprechaun movie. So you have Leprechaun 1, Leprechaun 2, Leprechaun 3, Leprechaun 4 in space, Leprechaun in the Hood, Leprechaun back to the Hood. You've got Leprechaun Origins. You've also got Leprechaun's Return. If you haven't got enough leprechauns there, I don't know where you've been. So there are 8 leprechaun movies that I know of. So you can watch all of them. Other leprechaun movies, if you know any, please share them in the chat, because I don't know a vast amount of leprechaun movies. If I'm honest, they were the movies I knew. Obviously, there are like 7 of them. There are other leprechaun movies. So, other Irish films you could watch. So you could watch Darby O'Gill's and the Little People. You could watch Red Clover. You could watch Luck of the Irish. That's also an Irish film. You could watch Finian's Rainbow. That's also Leprechauns. You could watch The Last Leprechaun. You could watch Unlucky Charms, which is kind of a horror movie. That also features leprechauns. You can watch The Gnome Mobile, or you could watch Fairy Tale, A True Story, which is also kind of Irish themed, and then you've got the Irish films I told you with the leprechauns. And leprechauns do feature in quite a lot of other movies, but they are basically the Irish leprechaun movies that you can watch. So, like I said, it's St. Paddy's Day. I haven't done anything for St. Paddy's Day, mind you. I might have a drink later. Celebrate St. Paddy's Day in in style. At the minute, I'm just rocking my new mug with a drink. I'm going to watch all these movies. Are you? Well, that should take you a while. I have to warn you, Leprechaun 1, 2, 3, Leprechauns in Space. They're terrible movies. If you want something that's cringeworthy and funny, and you want to laugh it up, they are hilarious. They're B-rate movies, technically. That they're poor acting, poor, basically a poor storyline. But if you want to laugh at something, perfect to watch. What's a good English beer that you folk drink? A good English beer. Hobgoblin would probably be if I went on my ex-partner's drinking habits. He used to drink Hobgoblin quite a lot of the time. Hobgoblin was one of them. He liked to drink ales more than beer. I was more of an ale fan, but Hobgoblin was one I bought virtually all the time, most of the time. And the Hobgoblin one's really cool because they have special ones come out at Christmas. They have special ones come out at Halloween. They have one come out on Father's Day, usually, the Hogfather. Hey, Exploring Ginger, good evening. Happy Paddy's Day. Top of the morning to you, or top of the evening to you. I'm terrible at Irish, so don't even get me to try. I actually have some Irish in me. Would you believe it? But it is St. Patrick's Day. It is the 17th of March. Unfortunately, there is no parade, no celebrations, and we are basically sitting at home celebrating Paddy with the live stream. Do you have any Irish in you, Ginger? Do you have any Irish at all? Yeah, everyone's having a happy St. Paddy's Day, or Patty's Day, or St. Patrick's Day, or many, many names he's called. But like I said, haven't really done anything for St. Paddy's Day. I'm only like a percentage of Irish in me. You don't have any Irish in you. Fair enough. It still doesn't mean you can't appreciate having a tipple. If her name is Ginger, then she must. Oh, you're so mean, Sadra. You got to have Irish in you because you're Ginger. But yeah, like I said, it's St. Paddy's Day. I wanted to bring St. Paddy's Day to my live stream. I don't believe I've ever done a St. Patrick's Day live stream before, but I do know Americans celebrate the American Irish, or the Irish American, however you want to put it, do celebrate St. Paddy's Day over there, and usually they have a big parade in New York City, and they do stuff over different states, and obviously Ireland would have had a big feast and a big festival, and they deck out everywhere for St. Patrick's Day. And obviously this year, because of COVID, it's not the same. The only thing you have to do on St. Paddy's Day is drink, and only if you want to. Of course, drink responsibly, like any other occasion, like Christmas or New Year's Eve, or having a tipple on Valentine's Day. You always drink responsibly and in moderation. Unless it's June the 21st, 2021, and lockdown lifts, and then you have permission to go to a pub and get absolutely wasted, which is possibly what I will be doing, mind you. I will be clubbing for my birthday on that week. My birthday is the week of the 21st, and I will be celebrating the shit out of it. I will be drink. until I'm on the floor. I've never been on the floor. I've never been drunk. I've never been tipsy very much. I haven't drunk enough to get drunk, but I think lockdown being lifted, I might have to drink a little more. And it'll be my birthday, so nice. Happy St. Paddy's Day. Good evening, Resla. I am not aware of any Irish ancestors, but I'm still having a beer tonight. Exactly. At my age, it's all about I can handle anymore. Oh, well, good. I'm glad you're raising a glass, Resla. I'm raising a cup of Dr. Pepper, but I will have a shot on camera later. I do have some shots in the fridge that I'm going to have later in the stream and celebrate St. Paddy's Day in style. By having a drink with you guys. We can all raise a glass and have a shot. If you have a drink to hand, we're going to raise a glass to St. Paddy later. But if you're not here, do feel free to have a drink at home and celebrate responsibly, have a beer, and celebrate St. Paddy's Day because it's fun more than anything. Like I said, no festivals, no parades, nothing, fantastic is happening this year for St. Paddy's. Unfortunately, but we can still carry on because the British, that's what we do. We're British, we carry on. We strive, we get through it, and we carry on because that's the British way. And it's the Irish way, okay? The Irish don't take shit from no one. If they want to have a drink and get drunk and celebrate it as an occasion, who am I to stop them? No different to Christmas. We celebrate Christmas and we basically get drunk. You celebrate New Year, you basically get drunk. St. George's Day, we get drunk. So why can't they get drunk on St. Paddy's Day? Same thing. Today, someone was wondering what I was wearing earlier, and basically there is nothing today. It is a black top. Sorry to disappoint you, but I felt like a black day. No top, no nothing. Oh boy, God bless you, British. Yes, we strive on. We've been in a lockdown for nearly a year. You will find no one more resilient than the British. Dr. Pepper is actually Irish. Irish? Irish. It was invented by Dr. Pepper O'Malley, so drinking Dr. Pepper is appropriate. We'll get away with it. Nah, I just made that up. Well, for a minute there, I thought I'd got away with it. When you're over the age of 21, all holidays are for drinking. Of course they are, because in America you have to be 21. In the UK, you can be 18. Or if you're like my dad, I was drinking from the age of 10. That's a secret. But yeah, in the UK, you can drink from 18. I can't believe the ages in America. It's really weird. You can drive a car from like 15 in America, but you can't drink till you're 21. But you can also have sex from 18, but you can't gamble until you're 21 as well, or is it 18? There's so many rules in America, and it's dependent on which state you're in. Haha, Jesus. Oh, the British. The British are resilient. Look at everything the British have been through. And the Irish had the potato famine. I mean, they suffered the potato famine. If you want to have a hard life, we went through a couple of world wars, yes, but Irish had a potato famine. Comparison there, obviously they suffered more. The famine of the potatoes. But yes, as I've said, I've done my Irish thing for half an hour. I've given you the top of the morning to you laddies. Me and my pot of gold. I can't do Irish, just to let you know. You don't want 18-year-olds drinking and driving in the States. But then again, I don't want 20-year-olds drinking and driving. They're probably worse than the 18-year-olds. The older you get, the worse you drive, unless that's just in the UK. The older you get, the more you seem to go off the side of the road. The older people in the UK don't seem to drive as well as the young ones. I do find that. They seem to be more responsible. The old people don't think they have to signal. They don't think they have to give way. They basically own the road, and that's because they're old. Obviously, they own everything. But yes, like I said, I've done half hour of St. Paddy's. What else was in my title? What else was in my title? So, hang out with Raven. Hi. And then pointing out some things. Yes. When I was in the military, I was stationed in Germany for a temporary duty. Oh, guten Tag. At the time, if you can see over the counter, you could drink. True story, not sure about now, though. Well, guten Tag to you, Resler. In Florida, a 14-year-old can drive a golf cart. Wow, 14, huh? There's some crazy things out there in America when it comes to rules. But yes, I've spoken German sehr little. But yeah, guten Tag to you, Resler. I don't know a lot of German, although I do know sprechen Sie Deutschen, and Deutschland, Mon Monfair, Monführer. I know some German. I don't know a lot. More French than German, but obviously you were in Germany, so we're going German. You'll have to aside for my poor German accent, my poor Irish accent. I can barely do English properly. Let's be honest. We're struggling with the English language today, if we're honest. But how is everyone's day going aside from my own? Today hasn't gone that badly, actually. Yesterday, if you knew, I was nearly involved in a car accident, but luckily all my limbs are intact. I do have a sore back still. I have had messages asking me if I'm okay, do I need anything? And basically, I'm just resting. I walked into town earlier to get my back moving, and I've basically just been taking it easy. During the Vietnam War in the USA in the 1960s, they lowered the drinking age to 18 because they figured if they were going to draft 80-year-olds into a war to die, they might as well let them drink. Well, that's a good point. That's okay. I'm an American, but sometimes I barely know English. You beat me to the English speaking joke. Oh, well. Well, thank you for that. I still have to watch your car accident vid from yesterday. Yeah. I'm better. My back still hurts. I'm in pain. I am in pain. But I'm not shaking anymore. And I do feel better. I do feel much better. But yeah, pointing out things was the other half of my stream. Now it's come to my attention that my videos are being disliked. Surprise, surprise. Now, there is a theory. Why are my videos being disliked? Well, I'll tell you the theory. And the theory is some fake life coach on here apparently has a problem with me live streaming. Because get this. Now, this is the clincher. The only videos being downgraded are ones that are my live streams. Pre-recorded videos are not being downgraded, but my live streams are being downgraded. Usually one vote and one vote only. And we all know who's downgrading my videos, don't we? Let's say it together in 3, 2, 1. Coach Eli is downgrading my live streams for some reason. And I can't understand why. Because my last video wasn't even about him. Explain that one. My last live stream was fashion shopping online, and I didn't mention him the entire video, and he's still down like that. Why? What have I done for you to dislike every video I do? Now, don't get me wrong. If I talk about you, downgrade it. Downgrade the shit out of it. But if I do a video that doesn't entail you, why should you downgrade it? Why? Why are you so insistent on downgrading my shit, Eli? What do you get from it? Do you feel have some kind of excitement by downgrading people's videos? Is that what you get from it? You get off on downgrading my shit? My black cat is staring at you. He's lucky. He seems to be infatuated with you. Oh, cool. Look. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on, Rizla. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Look. Cute kitty. Look into my eyes. There's my black cat, Rizla. Look. That's Mitty. That's Skitty One. That's Mr. Midnight. I can't get my phone to work. Mr. Midnight. Look at him. And he's so cute. That's Mr. Midnight. You can see him on Instagram. He will be infatuated with me. It's the whole look into my eyes thing. Okay. Exploring Ginger. Yeah. So, I don't get the reason for downgrading my videos if they're not about him. Downgrade a video by all means that slags you off and that offends you if I'm talking about you. But my live stream I did 2 days earlier and the other day were clothing online shopping videos, right? They didn't mention Eli once during the entire hour, and the previous one was an hour and a half. They didn't once mention Eli. They didn't mention coaching. They didn't mention anything. They were purely shopping with friends online. And they were downgraded with dislikes. But why? Is it me? Is it my channel? Is it the content? Why is it that he feels the need to downgrade my videos if they're not even about him? Is he so fixated on the fact that we talk about him? He's just downgrading every video with the suspicion that my videos all contain him. Because it's not McKay clothing, Mr. McKay clothing. Well, that's why I just don't get it. You know, if I talked about him, dislike my videos. By all means, go for it. You know, go hell for leather on that banhammer and dislike them. But, you know, he's disliking the ones that aren't even about him, which is more annoying because he's actually hurting the videos that aren't talking about him. Down thumbs in YouTube is actually a good thing. It's counted as an interaction, and interaction in general help you with your algorithm. If it's actually Eli, who knows that? So doubt it's him. It's actually Eli. He's doing it to every video. He's been doing it since I've been talking about him, Resler, and we know it's him. Because when I started my beef with Eli, I started getting dislikes. And he's been saying that he's been watching my videos and he's quite clearly disliking them. He doesn't like my content. And the last couple of videos I did weren't even about him. And he's disliking them with the prospect of it having been about him. He's that paranoid I'm talking about him. He's disliking them without even watching them. Yeah, my cat is beautiful. You can see more pictures of Midnight on Instagram at _midnight_raven, and you can see more pictures on Twitter sometimes. I don't add as many to Twitter as I actually do to my own Instagram, because Midnight is a star on Instagram. They love him over there. But I don't get to load as much as I used to because obviously I don't live with him anymore. So I do take pictures and videos when I see him every couple of weeks. But yes, it's definitely Coach Eli disliking them. He says he watches my videos. He called me out the other day and asked for a debate one-on-one. And ever since then, all my videos have been getting dislikes, whether they feature him or not. It's him being butthurt. That's all it is. It's because I did a video on him and now he thinks every video's got Coach Eli in it. That's basically what he feels. And it's perfectly fine to do a dislike. It means he interacted. But if he's going to dislike the video, what I would want from Coach Eli is, if it is you disliking my videos, go into that thing called the comments and put why you are disliking. You know, put why you're disliking. Put what you've actually accomplished by disliking my videos. Give me a reason to dislike them. I would love to read a comment in my comment from Coach Eli telling me why he felt the need to dislike my video. I think it's an adolescent child who goes from stream to stream disliking you just because they can. No, because it wasn't until I actually went for Eli about 2 weeks ago that I started getting dislikes. It was as soon as I went live and started going for Eli that I got dislikes. I hadn't had any dislikes up until that point. So it was quite clearly him doing it himself because he has so much time on his hands. Oh, is that how you made your new tone name? The Midnight Raven. Now I get it. Mr. Midnight and Raven. Yeah, Midnight is the cat. Raven was me. And together we were the Midnight Raven. And back in the day, when I lived with Midnight, he would feature in my videos. He was part of my live streams, not by choice. He used to just insert himself in my videos. And he's disliking my shit now, even if it's not about him. He's disliking everything of mine. Even the videos I did with my clothes shopping that didn't feature Eli, that didn't feature me bashing him, was still getting dislikes. And they're definitely by Eli. 100%. He's going to claim he doesn't watch my stuff and all this, but we know he watches me. He called me out the other day, and ever since, for the last 2 weeks, my videos have got dislikes every time, and that's only since I've called Eli out. I haven't had dislikes in 6 months to a year on my videos, apart from when I called Eli out. And then when he said to me, do you want to debate one-on-one? And I said no, and I turned him down. I've been getting more dislikes ever since on each video now. How old is Eli? Eli, I believe, is 47 years old. Yeah, 40. And he's disliking my videos because he is butthurt. You've been getting dislikes too, Gemma. I wonder why. It's sad, really, because the content I put out isn't always about him. I've done multiple videos this week where I didn't mention him. I've done haul videos. I've done shopping videos. I've just done 30 minutes from St. Paddy's Day, and he's going to come along as per usual, and he's going to dislike it. And I bet you it's already on there. I'm going to look. Nope, not as of yet. But it'll get a dislike before it finishes. It always does. And I don't know why. Mother's Day got a dislike. My son's birthday was disliked. And he's been butthurt ever since. But he acts 12. Yeah, I must be going, everyone. Well, thank you, Resla. Much love to your son and yourself. Yeah, he's 47 and he's disliking my shit. So happy St. Paddy's Day to you too, Resla. And make sure you have a drink. Raise a toast to St. Paddy. He would appreciate you having the drink for him. But make sure you drink responsibly. But yeah, pointing some stuff out was basically he's disliking my shit and I'm getting tired of it. You know, if I was talking about him, then fine, dislike my stuff. But when I don't talk about him, I don't think it's fair. You know, I work hard on my content. I've live streamed twice today. I've done pre-recorded videos for during the week. You know, I work my ass off for my channel. And he's going to dislike it on the basis of what? Because he's butthurt? The video I did last time didn't even feature him. It was a clothing stream. It was a shoe stream. Didn't even mention Eli for an hour and a half or an hour. And he still disliked it. And it's definitely him. No one else has got that much hatred for me to dislike every video I do. And now he's disliking every live stream as well. Why? Just why, Eli? If you hate me so much, do a video. Feature me in your live stream. Comment down below. Why are you disliking every video I do? What have I said to get you so butthurt? Is it that I won't debate you one-on-one because I don't want to? Pure and simple. Nobody would want to debate you one-on-one because they're just wasting their time, Eli. The same as you didn't want to go debate Lycan Theory one-on-one. You didn't want to go debate RDA. You didn't want to debate Rogue. You chicken out of everything. So you went to Rogues. Look at the shit show you produced. I'm not debating you on any channel because look at the shitstorm you have come with it. It's not worth it. I would look better not debating you in my own eyes. But to dislike my shit for what exactly? Because I won't debate you? Because I don't like your content? Because I don't like you as a person? Is that a reason to have a downgrade on a video that doesn't even have you in it? Or are you getting American Dream to go around and do all your dislikes for you? Because both me and Gemma are getting them. And I haven't done anything per se to get dislikes. You know, I haven't made videos bashing you necessarily. I've pointed out facts and home truths, but that's not bashing somebody. That is critiquing somebody and creating a public service announcement. And I know how to act maturely and professionally, Eli, because that's how I've been doing my streams. I'm not triggered. I'm not upset. I just wondered why you dislike my videos and was curious if you want to give me a response. Again, I don't know anything about this Eli, but regardless, he really is or isn't disliking your videos. I guarantee that he loves that you have your mind wrapped around him. What does that mean exactly, Saydrift? He's been disliking my shit and I don't see why I should put up with it. I don't believe it's fair that I should work my ass off on videos that don't entail Eli and they should still be getting dislikes from him. If he wants to dislike the stuff that contain his name, fine. Dislike the Coach Chicken video. Dislike the dissing of him and RJ. Dislike any of them videos, but stop disliking every single video I do. Don't dislike the ones that I spent time and effort into them if they don't have you in it. You know, I've been harassed for ages by Eli. You know, he's always in the background. He's always sneaking around. He's always watching your live streams. He never comments in the chat because he has no balls, basically. He's never once come in my chat and gave me a reason for calling me out one-on-one. If you two are odds, I guarantee he loves the attention the streams are about him. Yeah, but the issue I have is the streams that aren't about him are still being disliked. Even if they don't contain his name. I've done 3 videos this week that don't contain him, don't have his name, don't feature anything to do with him, and he is still disliking every single one of them, which makes it my channel look bad because it's getting disliked. It's an interaction, yes, but it's a dislike on a video that didn't need one. And to put a dislike on my video because your butt hurt is petty. It really is petty to just go through my content one by one and dislike them. If it had his name in it, I wouldn't mind, or if I spoke about him. But disliking the videos that don't have him in is petty. Absolutely petty. But if anyone wants to come up and state their opinion and beg to differ with me, I'd love to hear your opinion. And if Coach Nobles would like to put his opinion in the comment box, I'd love to know what I have done to be targeted by you, to be called out on a one-to-one debate, which you never go for. You've called me out for a debate numerous times, and I've turned you down every time. Quite clearly obvious why I wouldn't debate you, but I think everyone knows that. Don't know the situation, but absolutely anyone can dislike vids. Well, I can tell you 100% it's Eli. I know this for a fact. He's been targeting me since I did the video on him where I went against him and RJ. And it's happened ever since. There's no other explanation apart from when I targeted Eli that I would get dislikes by anybody else. It's only just happened because of him. So, you know, the situation is this. I called Eli out. He wanted to debate me one-on-one. I said no, wasn't interested, and my videos have been disliked ever since. Now, I've always refused to be on a panel with Eli. I've refused to debate him for many years. Every time he's said about it, I've turned down every occasion. I was in his chat for a year before he banned me, and I refused every time to go on a panel. I refused to talk to him behind the scenes. I've refused to debate him numerous times, and I will continue to refuse to debate him. I don't have any interest in being on a panel with him one-on-one, having the questions deflected or reverse psychology, because I know how to do all of that and I'm just not interested. So I've worked my ass off. And yes, I have mentioned Eli, but on the videos that don't mention him, I don't believe they deserve a dislike. If he took the time and effort to believe that I talk about him in every video, he's highly delusional. Because I've done 3 this week that didn't even feature him. And the only reason I'm bringing him up is because he's disliking my videos. And it's definitely him, 100%. My birthday stream for my son got 9 because it was his accounts and Dream's accounts and Lewis's accounts and anybody else he could get his hands on. We're not stupid to what he's doing. He's doing it because he knows I'm going to be monetized soon and he wants to start downgrading my shit to make it look like it's unmonetizable. Because I'll be monetized soon. I'm getting the hours, I'm nearly there, and he's butthurt that another one of Like and Legion's echo chamber are going to be monetized. Riley's monetized, Lycan's monetized, I'll be monetized soon, and loads of other channels like Gemma's monetized. We're all trying to be monetized. And Eli is now seeing that my channel's getting close and he's starting to dislike it. Because he's butthurt. Total butthurt. And it sucks because I work long hours on all my content, my streaming, my videos, my planning, my research that I do for all my content. I do a lot of research and a lot of time and effort and a lot of editing goes into my videos. And then you have my live streams that I take 2 or 3 hours out of my day. So I spend a good 6 hours on my day, maybe 6, 7 hours a day, live streaming, doing my content. Then I have to do 2 or 3 hours on my eBay. So I work between 8 and 10 hours a day. Yes, it's jealousy that we actually create content. It is. How do you get on the panel without being on a vid? What do you mean? How do you get on my panel? I send you a link and you go through it and you end up on my channel. How do you get on a panel without being on video? Well, you can turn your camera off. You can go through a StreamYards link that I send you and you can have your camera turned off. You can have your camera turned to the ceiling, which is what I usually do when I'm on a panel. I don't feature on a panel as such. I take myself off of it. Also, a shout out to Coach J-Rom, who is doing a live stream at 10 p.m. UK time, 5 p.m. Eastern on Friday night. on his Twisted 50s channel, we are doing a Dom versus submissive Q&A question kind of info stream. That's 10 p.m. on Friday night in the UK and 5 p.m. Eastern in America. And we're doing a BDSM dominant and sub question / info / sharing stories stream. And that's on the Twisted 50s channel. If you're a member of that, you should definitely come and watch and listen. If you're not into BDSM, you're not into submissive, you're not into dominant, you're not into the alternative lifestyle world, it may not be for you. So do remember that it is a more alternative channel and the content will be a bit more of the blue kind. Good evening, Kool-Aid. How are you, my friend? Whoops, Raven. Hey, Kool-Aid. Do remember to give this a big thumbs up and suck it to Eli, who was disliking my videos. Big thumbs up. I tapped my camera on my phone. I'm ready for the... You want to come up? I can put the link in the chat. Gemma, did you want to come up as well? Let me see if I can get it in there. I'll put the link in there, and basically you click on the link and you should come to my chat. If anybody else wants to come up within reason, as long as it's not Coach Eli, you can suck a dick. And you can show yourself on camera so I can see that it's you. I can let you on my panel. You have to show your face so I can see you, but you don't have to feature on my live stream afterwards though. But you have to show me that it's you to come on. No logos or nothing. I have to see visually it's you, and then you can turn your camera off. Gemma is here. Gemma to the stream.
Hi, Raven.
Hello. Oh, sugar. Okay, there we go. Turn down a bit. All my neighbours complain. Sadrift, I believe if you're up with you remain backstage, you can switch off cam. Yeah, you can switch off your cam to come on, Sadrift. I have to see that it's you for you to be able to come on backstage, because you can get porn bombed, you get people like Coach Eli trying to sneak on your panel, and we don't want shit like that.
Nope.
I don't have anyone on my panel unless I can see you. If you have a logo, you can turn it off, you can face it to the ceiling while you stream. I don't care what you show, but you have to prove it's you to come on.
Yes, if you just show your face backstage, then you can turn the camera off.
Because people have been porn bombed and people show weird shit when they come on your channel. And honestly, I want my channel monetized. I don't want it taken down. Not now I'm getting so close to being monetized. That'll suck it to Eli. Can you believe we'll all be monetized? And it'll be like, oh, it's such
By
a shame.
the end of the day, I think it's pathetic that he's doing that to you, to me, to other people. It's like, I noticed the last 3 weeks on my channel, every single video I've done in the last 3 weeks is disliked. As soon as it's been uploaded, it's boom, straight down. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
that just proves.
Even my things that don't even feature Eli. Literally, I did an hour and a half stream the other day, didn't mention him once for an hour and a half. He still disliked it.
Yeah, I haven't mentioned Eli in any of my videos, and I'm still getting dislikes. Every single video I've done for the last 3 weeks has got hit with dislikes.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Sadrift, can you hear us?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Who's Jimmy? Jem?
What?
Who's Jimmy?
Jimmy, isn't that Kool-Aid, Jimmy, I think, in the
Oh,
chat?
hey, you guys. There's a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, there might be a slight delay.
Yeah, there is a delay with StreamYard, unfortunately.
That's the only way I can stream. I'll bring Jimmy up. Hang on.
Hello, Jimmy.
Is that Kool-Aid Jimmy?
Yeah.
You're on the panel.
I got my air conditioner full blast. It's hard to hear you guys.
So, fair enough. Anyone want to say anything about what I'm saying? I'm guessing everyone has an opinion on what's going on with my channel. And
it's a bit obvious who it is. We all know he's doing it, and we all know he lurks our channels. He's even said on streams that he lurks people who don't like him. He's made it obvious a lot of the time. And the fact that he called you out again the other day just proves that it is him doing it. He's made it obvious.
Yeah, he said he wanted to debate me one-on-one, and that he believed that I was offended by the fact that he breathes. Not
Did
just these on
Jimmy drop
YouTube.
off?
Sorry? Yeah, Kool-Aid dropped off for some reason. I can always get him back up.
Kool-Aid Jimmy, is Kool-Aid Jimmy still on the panel?
No,
No, he's gone.
not at present. He dropped out himself.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you guys. There's a horrible delay.
That's fine. What was I saying? What was I saying? No, yeah. Basically, he said that he was. I was offended that he breathes. Not that he has a YouTube channel. That he actually breathes, just in general. That he's just alive. Like that's a bold statement to make about me. You know, I'm not offended. You know, by anything he says or the fact he's alive. I'm offended by the shit he does. You know, as a person. You know. And he was like, I'll debate you one-on-one. And you're offended by me breathing and pointed at the screen. And I'm not debating him one-on-one. He couldn't pay me to do it. I'm not interested in any shape or form. I don't want to go on a panel with him and have rhetorical questions and have reverse psychology, because it wouldn't do me any good. What would I get out of going on Eli's panel?
Nothing. It'd be just a bash fest.
Because
that's what he does. He says that he wants to debate you, wants to talk to you, and wants to reason with you, whatever, and it doesn't. It turns into a complete and utter bash fest, as happened to me a couple of years ago. As Raven knows, I got bashed absolute crap out of.
Yeah, I've had 4 years of it. I've known Eli literally since he was on YouTube.
Yep.
And I've put up with it, and then I backed off and left him alone for a year. And then when I started to go back into lichens more over the last couple of months, he's popped up again and he's targeting me again. Just like that. It was, oh, Raven's back over the lichen. And it's like, so what?
Who gives a shit who you go over to see? It doesn't matter.
And now it's, oh, I'm calling Raven out because she said shit on me.
So it's the connection, how you guys all came across each other, the autistic thing?
Yeah, Eli has targeted me numerous times.
Regarding Coach Eli?
Yeah. He's done a lot of bashing towards me about my autism. He's said that I've faked it. He's called me out on numerous things. He's basically said that I'm attention seeking and all this other crap. And again, the other day when I was on Jamie's panel, on Lycan's panel, that we were talking about autism and personality disorders. And I believe he was in the chat and people are like, oh, well, he targets Gemma because he sees Gemma as weak and all this other stuff. I'm not weak, Eli, by any stretch of the imagination. I'm far stronger than you give me credit for, and I've put up with your shit for long enough. I don't have to deal with you anymore, and I won't. I had enough of your bullying for fucking 3 years, Eli. I want nothing to do with you. You're a scumbag.
Yeah, and he's continued it. He's targeted numerous people with Asperger's, mental handicaps, disabilities over the years. He went for Angel Muniz. He went for RJ. He's been for Gemma. He technically tried to manipulate me. He kept trying to get me on a panel, which I refused for 18 months. I'm probably the only person that's ever not gone on this panel that was a mod. I refused every week. I had no intentions of ever going on his panel at any point. And he was like, Raven, we'll sort it out next time. We'll sort it out. It's not happening. I never went to the panel and never intended to. I was there to sit in the chat, gain information, troll him, and do everything he despises of what Jamie and that do. You know, sit in the streams, troll him, make memes, do whatever. I had no intention of sitting on a panel with him and being pally with him. And unfortunately, I'm not manipulatable. He, for some reason, came to my channel, was beefing me up, saying I could be wonderful and awesome. And unfortunately, he found that I couldn't be targeted like RJ. There was no way of manipulating me to see his side of the view. He couldn't work with me because I basically weren't interested. And then that was it. I was disbanded because he couldn't change who I was or get me to see his point of view. I was useless to him.
You're not useless to him. You just, the fact that you're more freaking intelligent and have more guts about you and confidence than he gave you credit for. That's different. It's not about being useless per se. It's the fact that you're more strong than he gave you credit for.
If you go back to my first videos I did on YouTube, when Eli first met me, I was timid, I was shy, but that was because I was new to YouTube. I was new to live.
Everyone was like that when they first started.
Yeah, my first videos has me as a small little English woman that basically didn't know YouTube, was trying to find her feet. Eli clapped on to me when Jamie and Joe Buddy came to my channel with him and basically snapped on to me and tried to pull me in as such. And unfortunately, he got, as they call it, the snake's head. He got bitten off. I wasn't interested.
Yeah. Say Drift, I'm on a laptop.
I'm on a laptop. And basically now he sees me as a target because I don't back down. I'm not back how I was then, you know, sitting in the chat being all quiet and not saying anything. I do live streams now, and if he wants to downgrade my videos, it just shows you what kind of person he is. You know, I've always said, downgrade the videos with the shit that I talk about him and leave the rest alone. Why downgrade everything?
It's because he's jealous, because we're more successful without him, and the fact both our channels have blown up and got bigger, and we actually work hard on content. Like you said, you spend hours, same as me. We both do research. We both do things to entertain people. Like, he doesn't have nothing fun about him, whereas at least we have fun stuff that people actually want to watch.
Yeah, see, I'm even debating Eli, I don't believe he would back off. Even if you debated him, he would still. I mean, look at the shit he does with Lycantheory. He could debate him all day on a panel and he would still make videos about him. He would still talk about him.
Yeah.
He doesn't back off just because he jumps on a panel. He's like, you know, the same with Riley. He's like, I'll jump on a panel, we'll hash things out, and then I'll leave you alone. The chances of that happening are pretty small. He's not suddenly just be like, we're not going to talk about any of this group. We're going to move on. You know, 2, 3, 4 years of it.
That's because our group, our friends, what we want to call them, our family, we built up our reputation. We're people who are stronger than him. We do things that support each other, and he hasn't got no genuine content. Without people like us, he has no content. There is nothing there to keep his viewers stuck there.
Because I never used to talk about Eli, and I never used to go against him. I never used to say a bad word about him, to be honest. I used to say the occasional bad thing in Lycan's chat, and I used to say some in JB's as well. But nowadays, it's just not worth your time. You know, this whole debating him and hashing things out, and he just goes over the same shit from years ago. It's repetitive. You know, you bullied me, he harassed me for 4 years, but he does exactly the same. Technically, disliking every single video of mine is technically harassment. You know, there's no need for it. If he hates my channel, he said, what was it? If you don't like the channel, don't watch it. Stop watching my shit, Eli. Go elsewhere.
Yeah, don't watch our stuff. The only reason I know you watch our stuff is because you want to have content. You want to have something to pick at and berate, and you want things to say about our channel. Like, Eli, grow up. I know it's you doing this kind of shit. Like, grow up and don't watch us. Like, me and Raven don't want you to watch our stuff. Go away.
Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry, Eli, if you thought that for some reason I'd have an epiphany and suddenly think, oh, I'll go debate Eli, and you're going to convince me you're a wonderful man, and I'm going to leave like, and if that's your entire thing, then Jesus Christ, you are very delusional, my friend. I would rather go off YouTube permanently than have to stomach being on a panel with him and watching his channel for the rest of my life. I'd rather just not have a panel at all. I'd just give up. I'm not going to stop going to Lycans. I'm not going to stop going to SB's restreams. I'm not stopping going to Riley's. I have always been the person that said that no one was telling me where I was going.
Yep, you've stuck to it. Yep.
When I used to watch Eli streams and JB and Lycan, there was this whole fucking thing of you can't be in all streams. You have to pick somebody.
Yeah.
Eli didn't want us in JB's. JB didn't want us in Eli's. And it was like, I saw you in JB's stream the other day, and I was like, so what?
Yeah.
So what? And then the second time I got banned from Eli's, the first one I got banned for having an opinion.
Yes, you did, yeah.
Was because I went to see Lycan. I went in Lycan's chat for about a week, and Eli disbanded me because of it. And said, you can't go to my enemy's stream. And I thought, why not?
It's just childish. Him and Jamie have this ongoing beef all the frigging time. He just needs to leave Jamie alone. Jamie has stated quite clearly he doesn't want nothing more to do with it. He wants to be left alone. Therefore, Eli, just leave the poor guy alone. He doesn't want nothing to do with you. Move on.
Yeah, and targeting Riley, messaging his wife,
leave Riley alone. That's just disgusting.
Talking about his children, talking about messaging his wife. How low do you have to sink and claim that you don't take stuff offline? If you message somebody's wife, mention their kids, that's offline in my case.
Yeah, that's offline. That's personal. That you don't have to. That you shouldn't have to do that. And two, Riley, yes, will make content or whatever, like to make fun of you, whatever, but he doesn't do anything to harm your real life. And you've stooped below the belt. Leave Riley alone. He's a good guy. He helps a lot of us. He's helped me with a lot of stuff. Just leave him alone.
He's definitely not the only person. There are more people on YouTube you should be worried about than Riley and Jamie. Look at people like RDA. I mean, look how Rogue went for you. If you want to be scared of people, be scared of the people with the bigger numbers and the bigger.
Rogue was epic.
Be scared of the big people, that have other massive communities like RDA that could come for you. If you really want to be trolled, let them come for you.
Yeah. Like, we don't want
that. He hasn't done 4 years of Eli content. He's gone backwards and forwards to it, and that's usually because Eli just won't shut up. Mm-hmm. He has to pick on every little thing that's in Lycan's life. So he moved house. So he got a car. Now he's got an internet girlfriend. And you're so butthurt that you don't have a nice house and a girlfriend. You're going to throw it in his face constantly. It's childish. So you said the other day, oh, I was single. And I should be lucky a man doesn't, I'm lucky, what was it? No man would want me. To be fair, if there were men like you in the world, I'd be grateful to be single. Jesus Christ.
It doesn't matter if Raven at this time doesn't want a man. Like, if Raven right now is happy being on her own, so be it. Like, some women don't need to have a man to be happy. Like, it's up to Raven if she wants to date someone or look for someone. That's her prerogative.
See, the best thing about me is, unlike Eli and his failed dating life, I don't bring it to YouTube. I don't sit there talking about my failed Match.com profiles and shitting all over these women, and then wonder why the next woman doesn't even want to talk to you before you've even had a chance to message her. If I was seeing a guy behind the scenes or messaging somebody behind the scenes, do you think I'd bring it to YouTube of all places?
No.
Like, if I had a poor day on Plenty of Fish or Tinder, you think I'm going to bring it on YouTube and say, look, this is how poor a person I am. 5 women have gone to Eli's Match.com, they've had a shitty experience. Why would you put that online? Why would you portray yourself as such this Greek Adonis, and then these 5 women just can't sit, apparently? Yeah, if 5 women say the same things about you, they don't pick up the phone, Eli, I can only believe that it's you. I'm not going to put my dating stuff online. You know,
No.
I'm single, I'm happy. I have an ex-partner, yes. So what? Everyone has an ex, technically.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to put it online. You know, his whole cringy, well, this woman didn't pick up because she's obviously emotionally unstable and she's shagging loads of men. And, you know, it's like, how come she just can't be interested in you? How can it not be as simple as that? She just didn't like you. You know, you heard the phrase, they're just not that interested in you, Eli. You know, the women of YouTube don't want you. The women of Match.com don't want you. I would suggest you're doing something wrong. Maybe just my personal opinion, but if you can't get any woman to talk to you, maybe apart from Queen Helen Casey, and bless her soul, she needs to learn what a douche you are, Eli. I can't believe Queen Helen Casey stays with him, though. Her political views.
I don't know about her. I really don't.
I cannot understand what she gets from him. I cannot.
I don't know. I don't understand why she has stayed with him, because I know she's had hassle in the past with Eli before, so I don't get it.
You know, credit to you, Queen Helen Casey. You do watch Eli's shit constantly, and you're always there. You know, I have to tip my hat to how much tolerance you have for his crap. Because I used to turn his streams off. I used to be in the chat and I used to turn him off. I never used to listen to him. You just imagine him when he used to stream before, and he'd do 4 or 5 hour streams at one time. It's just way too much Eli at once. An hour and a half now I can stand, but when he did 5, 6 hour streams back in the day, it took some getting through. It took some getting through the actual stream.
Yeah.
Because he'd say the same things every week. It would be the same beefs with the same people and the same issues. And then he'd always want you to reaffirm what he said. It would be like, well, don't you think I'm this, and don't you think that, and don't you go with me on everything? And you either agreed or he'd get rid of you.
Yep, pretty much.
When Coach Jay gets on the panel, is he on a phone? I have no idea, Sadra. I do actually have a live stream with Coach J on Friday night on his Twisted 50s channel at 10 p.m. UK time, 5 p.m. Eastern. We're doing a BDSM dominant and submissive chat / hangout / questions. So it's not for everybody, mind you, Sadrift. Not for everyone. Unless you're into the whole BDSM alternative world, it's probably not your kind of content. But I have to shout it out because I want people to turn up and hear me ramble for 2 hours. But that won't be everyone's cup of tea.
I'll be there. I'll be there to support you, Raven. That's not exactly my topic of interest, but I'll be there.
I'm sure if you want to watch something mind-numbingly boring, I'm sure I can get Eli to schedule at the same time, and everyone will come to mind because it'll be more interesting. We'll cross schedules. We'll go live at the same time as Eli, and we'll compete against him. Because Coach is getting dislikes too, and that's from Eli, quite clearly. On all his channels are being disliked. Even the gaming stream that Anna does got a dislike, and that was obviously from Eli because Coach.
Yeah, it's because we're all friends, and he doesn't like the fact that we don't associate with him anymore. We've both walked away from him a long time ago, and now the only reason that I've got back involved with the whole thing is because I found out that my name was being bashed over a month ago, and I haven't even spoken to him or had anything to do with him. And I find 2 streams being done about me. Yeah, I'm like, what the hell?
I mean, technically, I kept out of being on YouTube for about the last 18 months. I haven't really streamed at all.
But no, you haven't.
But just because I haven't live streamed doesn't mean I haven't watched the shit show that's been going on for 18 months. I've been in the background and listening. That's how I find it powerful on YouTube, is listening. I don't
So,
have
like,
to be a
yeah.
fan of
As like
Eli.
Riley said, I only shaved my head about, what, a month and a half ago, because I was getting messages in the background saying, oh, you're being bashed, you're being bashed. And I'm like, what the hell? And then I log back on to find 2 streams back to back being done about me. And I'm like, what the hell? I haven't even been here.
Yeah, Eli found that the only real content he had with RJ was to bash you.
Yeah, which is why I came back to defend myself when I heard that I'm being bashed, not just on his stream, but on RJ's. And then I find out there's messages going behind the scenes about me. Of course I'm going to defend myself. I'm not just going to sit here and get bashed all over again. So it's like I kept away for over 2 years, and all of a sudden a month ago, oh, Gemma's Jenny Grace is in a stream title. What?
Yeah. And I started streaming again about the same time, because I sat there watching Lycan's restream of Eli, and he brought RJ on there, and then RJ was like, oh, we're missing somebody. And RJ was like, and who are we missing? And he went, well, we used to have a threesome and we were really good together and we used to have banter. And who could that be, RJ? You know, he was egging him on to mention your name.
Yeah, of course he was, yeah.
He mentioned you, and he was like, well, Gemma just didn't get it back then, and hopefully she'll get it now. And then I started live streaming again because I was pissed.
Yeah.
And I've live streamed ever since, mainly at the minute to annoy Eli, because I know he hates me live streaming.
So I don't understand why you even streamed about him. By the end of the day, I've kept my head out of his streams, out of anybody's streams, and all of a sudden I get 2 streams back to back being done about me. Not only that, and then he tries to come at me in Jamie's stream. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah,
Like,
that's why I won't give him the credit of battling me one-on-one. I just do not value anything he says. If I wanted to go on a panel with him, I would have gone on a panel with him back in the day when I was one of his mods and I had easy access to get up there.
yeah.
I could have gone on any panel.
Yeah, you could have done, yeah.
And I chose not to. Mainly because I was trolling him. I had no interest in him.
Yeah, I know, you're very good at it.
There is no better way to troll somebody than to troll someone who you don't know is doing it.
No, that's true. Yeah.
You know, I was talking to Gordo behind the scenes while being a mod on Eli's channel and being close to Eli and all the other mods, and I was basically just screwing him over. with Lycan and Gordo.
Yeah, Gordo and Jamie are good people. I like Gordo. He's very funny.
I didn't necessarily get caught. It was only when I was found in Lycan's thing that he got me. But I've been in there for months watching Lycan. I just didn't comment in the chat because I knew Eli was watching me. See, I'm not as stupid as Eli would like to make me out.
No, that's what I'm saying. You're very smart and intelligent, and for him to call you out and make you out to sound like you're a complete idiot, it's just stupid.
I used to sit there and watch JB behind the scenes. I used to watch Lycan behind the scenes, and then I used to keep in Eli's chat to keep him sweet. And I was going through all 3 of them.
Yeah. I used to watch JB for a while, and I went. I
in the chat to watch somebody, which is what I found really powerful against Eli, was to be in everybody else's chat and listen, but then comment in his and fluff his ego while being in other people's and slagging him off occasionally. But because I didn't feature in there all the time, people didn't get wary of where I was going, and it was only when he caught me in Lycans and called me out and said, oh, you're going between the 2, that's it, you're out. I thought, oh, I've been caught. It's been going on for a year.
He just doesn't like people associating with other people. Like, I know he caught me in Lycans a couple of times, and he's like, you're meant to be supporting me, Gemma, da 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 da. And I'm like, Jamie's my friend as well as you. Like, I'm not gonna pick sides. And then he's like, you're either on my stream or his stream. I was like, so be it. And then I left and stayed with Jamie.
Yeah,
like, I'm not gonna be told what to do.
Yeah, I always told Eli when he was like, well, why are you at Jamie's? It's like, because I can do what I like. And I told JB exactly the same thing. When JB was against Lycan, and I went between Lycan and JB's, why are you here if you're in Lycan's? It's like, you know what? I'll go wherever the fuck I please.
Yep.
And he's like, well, if you're supporting Lycan, I don't want you here. It's like, fine, I'll leave. And the same with Eli. He didn't want me in Lycans either, so I left. So I can see where I really belong. It's in Lycans. It always has been.
Yep, same with me. Yep.
Eli was so delusional to believe I belonged over there all that time.
Yeah, Jamie actually accepts people who they are. This is the thing. He doesn't threaten you. He doesn't tell you what to do. He's very understanding of people. Like with me, he's very welcoming. Like every time I go in his stream, he's like, "Hey, Gemma, it's so good to see you," and he makes you feel wanted in there. Like you're not made to choose or pick a side. It's ridiculous. Whereas at Jamie's, we're welcomed there. We're accepted. We're allowed to chat. It's okay to have a difference of opinion with him. He doesn't shout at you for it. He's very accepting of people who have an opinion. That's how it should be.
And as for being sponsored, Eli, I am not sponsored to troll you at all, unlike you believe Wise Night Owl is sponsoring Lycan. I actually troll you for free. How is that? If you believe Lycan gets paid for you, then by all means. But I actually troll you for free, Eli. I do it all the time for free, and I always have done. People don't need to pay me or sponsor me to troll them. I do it off my own back and have done for years. I've never needed anyone to say, oh, can you go over to Eli's channel and bash him, or can you talk about him? And this whole thing that Wise Night Owl is paying him to, be horrible to Eli. There are hundreds of people doing it online every day, and they're doing it for nothing. No one needs to be paid to talk about him.
Nope.
He thinks he's such a high commodity. There's an auction to trash Eli on a day-to-day basis, and we all chip in.
We have freedom of opinion. We're allowed to say what we want.
But he's definitely dying liking my videos. There's no other way it's anybody else.
Of course it is. Like we both know it is. Like he's doing it to mine. Like as soon as me and you start talking again, I was getting dislikes. It's obvious.
I had no dislike until Eli came back around to my channel. I hadn't had a dislike in years.
No, nor did I until like the last 4 weeks.
I've had a clean channel for a good 2 years of dislikes.
Yep, so have I. And in the last 4 weeks, every single video I've done has got dislikes.
I did one stream on Eli and I got dislikes, and then my son's birthday was disliked. I got dislikes on Mother's Day, which is great. Thank you, Eli.
Oh, yeah.
And now he's disliked videos ever since. So to people to come out and say, how do I know it's Eli? Well, I made a stream about him. I hadn't spoken about him in 2 years, and now every video is disliked. Unless somebody else has got a beef against me that I don't know about. It could be American Dream. He could be doing it on Eli's behalf, but it's still...
No, yeah, he could be.
But it's still from Eli. However he likes to put it, whether Eli's doing it himself or he's getting American Dream to do it, it's still instigated by Eli.
Yeah, of course it is. It's because we have genuine content. He doesn't like the fact that we defend ourselves. And
no one is disliking our videos because they suddenly have a problem with us from elsewhere, because it wouldn't be simultaneously. As soon as I started doing a stream on Gemma against Eli, he was there like a shot. He apparently heard behind the scenes I was talking shit about him. Well, what did you expect?
Exactly. Like, you're going to attack me, you're going to have people defend me. That's the way it is.
Of all the people that would defend Gemma really quickly and would have been watching your streaming, I would have been the first fucking one to do it. I always have been. I even messaged Gemma the second you even mentioned her name out of your mouth. I was on Twitter telling her, you've got to listen to this shit.
Yeah, which is why I did. I went there and I listened to it, and I had Bugs contacting me as well, and even she was like, "This is awful." I'm like, "What the hell?"
Like, you wouldn't believe RJ is back there, and the first fucking subject they're talking about is Gemma. Of anything they could talk about, where have you been the last 18 months? What's your new channel? No, they went straight on to you, literally in a second. Couldn't think of any other topic, obviously.
Yeah, it's like I'm that special to him, really.
Eli hadn't spoken about you in 18 months, neither had RJ, and all of a sudden they were like, oh, let's talk about Gemma for 2 streams straight, even though she's not spoken to you in a year or 2.
Hey, Trash. Right?
Just join in there. Hey, Trash Show. Happy Paddy's Day, Trash Show.
By the end of the day, it's because they've got no content. They want to make me their sole focus. It's like, really? You got nothing else to do apart from rip my channel to shreds, really?
I mean, Eli could target me if he wanted, but he's got nothing on me. You got nothing. You can't target my partner, and I don't have one. You can't target my children because they're virtually adults.
Yep.
I have adult children. Sorry, Eli. Sorry to burst your bubble there. I live in the UK, so there's an entire ocean between us. You know, what exactly can you do to me from here?
Nothing.
Apart from dislike my channel, you know, like good for you. I'm so happy for you. I'm on disliking my channel because there's nothing else he can do to me. I won't debate him. There's nothing he can target me on. I've never done anything bad on YouTube. I have
No, you haven't.
strikes, no copyrights. I've had nothing on my channel for 4 years.
No,
You know,
you haven't.
if anyone's going to look bad at somebody's copyright strikes and everything, it would be Eli because he flags everybody. I wouldn't be surprised if they got tired of his shit eventually and just got rid of his channel because he keeps flagging people.
Well, eventually he'll lose his channel because all he does is bully and harass people. YouTube won't put up with it.
I believe there's a thing that if you flag enough people repeatedly for stupid shit, you can actually get your channel taken away yourself.
Yes, you can, yeah.
They get tired of that shit. I mean, you send, 30 or 50 copyrights to fucking Jamie back in the day? Someone's sitting there thinking, reading this, going, what the fuck is wrong with this person? Like, how are you sitting there day in, day out, looking for copyrights, time stamping shit? You've got so much time on your hands. Like, get a job. Seriously, Eli. And mass flagging Paul Lycan and getting his channel demonetized and nearly taken down. It's so immature.
It's just so petty. It's a waste of time.
How is your Irish day going, Trash?
I hope you're doing well, Trash Picture Show. It's good to see you.
The luck of the Irish.
Mine did day. It's like, if he wants to dislike our shit, whatever. But Eli, just move the hell on. Leave our channels alone. Let us get on with our content. We don't need you. Clearly, we've proved that. We don't want you. We don't need you. We work hard on our channels. And what I can say for you is just grow some balls and grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Leave our channels alone.
You know, I don't want him targeting other people, you know, because he's good at that. He's good at manipulating. He's good at targeting. He's good at shit to people and just blowing smoke up their ass. You know, while he's targeting people like me and like Lycan and Riley, he's not targeting other people. You know, we're keeping him occupied. You know, do I want that forever? Not necessarily. But while he's fixated on you, he's not going to other people. You know?
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
To the people like truck driving Billy that he's now gone for. The poor guy made one video that lasted 20 minutes and he 3 hours worth of live streams dedicated to this guy who wasn't brainwashed by us, who made a video off his own back. He saw doing it. He decided to make a response, and now he's had a 3-hour live stream dedicated to him. He's been told that his parents didn't love him and all this other stuff that Jamie gets. And basically targeting this poor guy because he had an opinion, the same as all of us. He saw it from the outside. And we've been saying for years that Eli was this, and this, and that we brainwash people. This guy made his own decisions and came to the exact same conclusion without needing us to push him.
Yep. Like, Truck Driving Billy is a really good guy. Like, I subscribed to him after hearing what he said the other day on Jamie's, and he's done nothing wrong to Eli whatsoever. He's not done anything to annoy him. And I'm trying, leave the poor guy alone. Like, he doesn't want you involved in each other. He doesn't want nothing to do with you. Just leave him alone.
Yeah. You know, he's giving this guy as much attention as he's giving Jamie, and Jamie has trolled him for years and done stuff. And this poor guy actually made a response video, and now he's just a new target for him because he's bored. He needed new content, so he's like, well, we'll go for this poor guy. You know, go for the fact he has a girlfriend 20 years younger than him. Go for the fact that his mum is dead, you know. Rub it in that he had a bad childhood and that's why he's turned out how he is. And the guy watches cartoons. You fucking what?
Who cares? I watch cartoons. I'm nearly 33. Who cares?
You know,
Like,
it's
I watch cartoons a lot. My nephew.
so sad to think that Eli's just putting this much effort into someone that literally didn't know him, made a video, and now he's a target. You know, at least when JB and Jamie went after him for weeks and months and whatever, there was a reason to go for them. This guy just basically saw a life coach that wasn't life coaching, was in the drama, and wondered why he was still calling himself a life coach. It was a question that we've been asking ourselves for years.
Yep.
How come you were on Rogue's channel claiming to be a life coach when you quite clearly didn't life coach? I mean, the guy doesn't even do reaction videos to people like Eli. His channel is usually clean.
Yeah.
But, you know, he took a chance, he made a video, and look at the shit he got from it.
Yep. You got a lot of it. Yeah.
He knew he was going to get this amount of crap from Eli. He probably wouldn't have done it.
No, the thing is, Eli just likes the attention. That's the thing. Like, if we keep talking about him and bringing him up, that's what he loves. And he's like, oh, great, I'm affecting these people. No, we're trying to warn people, dude. Like, stay away from people. We just don't want you around. You're not interesting, and you're a bully. And you say you're helping people to stop bullying. No, you're not. You're one of the biggest bullies out there.
I am quite happy to trigger and talk about Eli until he is blue in the face. I have no problem with the shit he's doing to me. I it's just petty.
It's petty, immature crap, yeah.
You know, would I prefer you didn't dislike my videos? You know, of course, you know, I'd like to go to monetization with a clean slate and not have Eli on my ass. Maybe it's pure jealousy. Maybe it is because I'm going to be monetized and my channel's actually grown now. And in real life, with Eli's fake subs, I actually have a bigger channel than he does, easily. I also have more people in my chat on a day-to-day basis. And I don't just have mods constantly, there are other people. And I've been taking people to other people's streams with me. You know, I took a couple of people to the restreams. Eli, you'll be glad to know I'm getting more people to restream you and watch, because I've been taking people to the restreams now from my side. I've been mentioning Eli in my chat, and a couple of people wanted to watch his streams, so they have the restream links now so they can go and watch him. So they don't have to give him a like. See, Eli, I'm manipulative as well, mind you. And I've been taking people to Riley's stream, to Coach J-Rom's stream, to Anna's gaming stream from my side. So there's just more people that are hearing the shit about you, Eli. And more people aren't going to your channel anymore. And they're from my side. You know, it's not just Riley or Lycan's side that are against you. Mine are doing the same thing. They're going to the restreams. They're not coming to your channel. And a friend of mine actually went to his stream the other night. She popped up in the chat. She came in there and he instantly wanted to know who she was, because he'd never seen her before, and literally just kind of accused her of being a troll. She's not banned, I believe, but they did jump straight on the bandwagon of, oh, who are you? And I thought this was hilarious. You know, it wasn't a troll, it was an actual name. I'm not going to say it, but it was an actual name.
Yeah, that's fine.
Jumped straight on her. You know, we were testing the waters. It was just jumped straight on her. No questions, no nothing. Just, oh, you're probably a troll. You're from, you know, Lycans or somewhere else. Couldn't possibly be a real person that just stumbled on his channel.
Yeah.
A real person. It's got to be a troll or the Doctor in disguise or somebody targeting him. So how are you now going to grow, Eli, if you can't stop with the paranoia? If
he's not in the group, period. That's a problem.
You know, if someone pops in my chat now and I've never seen them before, am I going to ask, did Eli send you? Are you a troll? Are you here for some malice reason? I'm just going to say hi to them and let them know that they can say what they like. I've never banned anyone. Even Eli's not banned on my channel. I don't have a 3,000 person ban list. I don't have anyone banned. Ever. I've never banned anybody. Whereas I don't see the point. A view is a view, a like is a like, and a comment in the chat just gives me
Hey, Simon Dragon.
to, you know, if Elon wants to send a bunch of trolls and they sit in my chat, it's just watch time and views. How do I gain watch time and views if my entire chat was banned?
You wouldn't be able to get watch time.
Exactly. If Elon wants to grow and he wants to embrace the whole world of growing, 3,000 people, I believe, was his last ban count. Think how big his channel could be if he just undid them all. Just
Yeah.
put there. I did a whole thing the other day of saying the best way to deal with trolls in your chat is to not acknowledge them. Don't read their comment and just let them talk shit in your chat. Just let them go for it, hell for leather. You know,
Yeah.
put Eli in there, put Cuck Eli, and just let it run. The watch times, the views he would get, he would make twice as more money. People would even donate just to say shit at him. You know,
Yeah.
he'd be rolling in it. But he has too much pride, apparently, to let the trolls get to him, and he can't be triggered, and he likes a clean chat. And always there's two people in it. Good evening, Flaming Dragon. How was your evening in this wonderful UK lockdown, which we're still fucking in?
Yep.
If anyone is more miserable than the UK, I'd like to see them try. We're locked down for like the last, by the time we get out of it, it'll be 6 months straight. And that's without a break. We haven't even had a break in the lockdown. It's 6 months continuously. You know, America think they've got it bad. They should come here.
Yeah, we've been under strict lockdown, period.
You can go out of the house for 1 hour a day to exercise within 3 miles of your house.
Yep.
Seriously? And you can only go shopping once a week, and the rest of the time I am confined to a small flat. I don't live with my youngest son, so I don't have him here. I don't have a partner, so I don't have him to talk to. I have an eldest son, and that's it that live with me. Just my eldest son. That's my communication, apart from coming on YouTube and that. For nearly a year.
Yeah, Dragon, I'm good. I've just been working on content, and I'm speaking to Raven.
How are you two lovely ladies? Oh, Flaming Dragon, you flirt.
I'm good. I've just been sitting with Raven talking and working on videos.
We are trying to conspire why we're trying to work out, Flaming Dragon, why we're such bad people.
Yep, because we're both getting hit with dislikes. Yep.
Why we're a target. You know, if Eli had that much hate against me, I'd like him to put on my videos why you hate it. Don't just dislike it, my friend. I take criticism from anybody, mind you. I take criticism, good or bad. And I've always had a thing of if you dislike the video, put in the chat why. Stick it in there. Tell him you don't like my content. Tell him you don't like the way I'm bashing you. You can put it in a comment. Let everybody see why my videos are getting disliked. Because I'm not even sure. You know, if you're butthurt I'm talking about you, Eli, stop calling me out on your live stream. Leave me alone. Stop calling me out and saying that, you know, you're offended by the, you know, by me. I'm going to go to Lycans, I'm going to go to Riley's, I'm going to go to HJ Ron's, I'm going to go every fucking where, and I'm going to keep telling people what little shit you are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not interested in being talked down, having my mind.
We have freedom of choice to go where we want to go to. Like Raven has said, like we can go to Raleigh's, to J Ron's, to Anna's, to anyone's that we want to go to. Jamie's, like I go to Jamie's nearly all the time. You're not going to stop me. So
No, I'm getting more and more people every day. More and more. I've actually grown 25 subs in the last week, Eli. Just like that.
I've gained 55 in the last week.
I'm going to say I've had 25 in the last week. Is that because I'm talking about Eli? Possibly. Would I have got them myself? More than likely. Because
Yeah, you would, yeah.
not all banned. They can all talk in the chat. If they hate you, they can comment in there. If they hate liking, they can comment in the chat and say what they feel. I'm not banning them if they have some kind of hate speech against people. I haven't seen anything bad, only banter, and honestly, nothing wrong with that. It's banter, exactly. It's just harmless backwards and forwardsing. Maybe you should come on a panel sometime, Flaming Dragon. You can hash this shit out with me. Because I don't think you've been on a panel before, my friend. And I'd love to have people on my panel to talk and hang out and, you know, talk some shit. I have already been live once today. But you should definitely come on a panel sometime, Flaming Dragon. You are one of the many few people that are part of my channel that haven't been on a panel. And who likes going on a panel better than me? Well, actually, I don't really go on people's panels. I've been on SB's once. I popped into Riley's the other day once. I'm going to be in J-Rom's channel on Friday for my BDSM dominant and sub interview / questions. That's going to be on Friday at 10 p.m. UK time, 5 p.m. Eastern on the Twisted 50s channel. So you definitely don't want to miss that if you're into the BDSM alternative world, or per se that kind of thing. You know, I don't know what else to say. But you should definitely come on a panel sometime. I'd love to have anyone on a panel. I do try to be interesting and informative and all of the above. But oh look, Mr. Eli is going live in 2 hours, and his live stream is successful on YouTube. Is not about starving people of content. It's 100% about emotional self-control. Nice. So Eli's success on YouTube is not about starving people of content. It's about 100% emotional self-control. Really? I don't think you need emotional self-control to make a channel. I think you need to have a topic, Eli, that isn't Lycan. I think you need a topic that isn't truck driving Billy. I think you need a topic that isn't Riley. And I think you just need to make your own content and maybe stop talking about them like you claim we should. But it goes both ways. You'll consider coming on a panel at some point. Does the Raven scare you, Flaming Dragon? Because I'm strong, independent, and would eat Eli alive. That does scare some people. I am quite independent in my thought and my my dominant side, mind you, is quite prominent when I talk. Maybe he needs self-control and not to block people for freedom of speech. Yeah, freedom of speech in Eli's chat. Oh, the days when he used to let the trolls run free. And now you only have to say hi and he bans you. Now that is how to control your channel. You know, self-control should be to maybe not ban people, to give people the freedom, as you call it, freedom of speech. You should have the freedom to go where you like. So if you want to go in Eli's chat or Lycan's chat, you should be free to go wherever you like. You should have a lot more freedom being part of a community. Yes, I don't go watch Eli's live streams. I go watch the restreams because I'm not giving him any of my watch time, any of my views. If it wasn't for the restreams, I wouldn't even watch Eli. I wouldn't even waste my time giving him the time of day. I would just be doing my own shit. No dominance doesn't scare me one bit, don't worry. Well, it should do. My dominant side should scare you. A lot of people, oh, look, Coach Eli, thank you. Much love to Coach Eli for disliking my channel. I had Gemma on here. Will you butt her, Eli? Because she won't come on yours, and neither will I. You must be so upset, my friend. I'm not saying dominance should scare people. But like you said, self-control is important. And obviously Eli doesn't have any because he can't stop talking about Lycan. He can't stop calling us out. He can't stop banning people. He can't stop believing that we're all out to get him. He doesn't have any self-control when it comes to being paranoid and worrying constantly that his channel is at risk, his brand's at risk. If he worried about real life stuff for a change instead of all this YouTube stuff, maybe he'd have a girlfriend, maybe he'd have a job, maybe he'd have friends outside YouTube instead of streaming constantly and following us around from channel to channel because he doesn't have anything better to do. Do I feel, like I have self-control on my channel? Absolutely. I've done other streams that don't bring up Eli, and the only reason I bring up Eli is because he targets people. He calls them out, like he called me out the other day and said, "You want to go toe to toe and debate me?" No, I don't. I don't know where you got that from or where you've heard that, because I certainly do not, and have no intentions of ever being on a panel with you. If you were on a panel and I was already on the panel, you jumped on, I'm jumping off, my friend. I'm not interested. When you can't speak about someone, usually it's down to jealousy, but who knows? Eli is jealous of Lycan Theory. He's jealous that he has an internet girlfriend. He's jealous that that Jamie is monetized. He's jealous that he's sponsored. He's jealous that he gets bigger donations. He's jealous that he has a community that's growing. People don't sit in the chat trolling him. They actually watch him and comment. He's jealous of Riley, who's got more view count than him. And Riley's got a wife and some kids. He's jealous of everybody because his life is not what he wants it to be. But to define that he's perfectly happy with the way his life is, he has to downtrod everybody else to make him feel better. And that's sad. That's really sad that you have to demean other people to give yourself a bit of self-worth, Eli. You curse that SB and Lycan will only last 2 years. And why is that? Because you don't want them to last? Because you're jealous? Because you wish you had what they had? You wish the woman would just pick up the phone to you, and truck driving Billy has a wife that's 20 years younger to him. I say get in there, my friend. Like, if I could get a man 20 years younger than me, then I'd go for it. Do you know what I mean? But 20 years younger for me would be 17, and that's pushing it. But you get my point. He's always been jealous of people. He was jealous of JB having money and donations and a community, and he's always wanted to fit in. He's wanted to fit in with JB. He wanted to fit in with Jamie. He wanted to fit in with MGTOW. He tried the Reborn community. He tried the hashtag I'm a Creator community. He went to Poosa Studios. He's come here before. He's gone all over the place. He's come all over the place. And he's just not found somewhere he belongs. Give it another 10 years, Raven. Yeah, maybe when I'm 47, I should look for a 27-year-old man. Maybe. At the minute, as you know, I am single and ready to mingle. I don't want a guy that's 20 years younger than me, obviously. I like a man that can hold its own. Eli needs a woman that can pick up a phone. I'm trolling you, Eli. Do you feel it in here? I'm trolling you. It's good trolling, mind you. And you watch my content, so you obviously are interested in what I have to say. Or you're not interested and you're just liking my videos because your butt hurt. Either way, I win. Because if I wasn't relevant, and if I wasn't relevant, you would be disliking my channel. So 1 to me, 0 to Eli. I feel good now. Don't you feel good? See, unlike you, Eli, I can have a laugh. I know sarcasm. And basically, I don't care if you dislike my videos. I'm not crying about it. Because when I get monetized and I get donations and memberships and all this good stuff, you're still going to be stuck with 2 people in your chat going for like and theory. And you're not going to get anywhere. So, who's doing better? Me, Gemma, Lycan, Riley? Virtually anybody but you. Sucks to be you, Eli. Sucks to be you. Hopefully everybody's enjoyed that. I know, it pains me to give home truths to people that apparently are life coaches, and apparently life coaches don't need coaching. But me, as a human being, felt the need to coach the coach. Yeah, that's how nice I am. I felt like I needed to coach the coach from my own little heart because I want to protect Gemma and Lycan Theory. And by doing that, that means I have to defame your character and everything. Then so be it. I will do it to the ends of the earth, my friend. I have no problem trolling people, especially when they're people like Eli that deserve it. When he's targeting disabled people and generally just being a complete ass to people like truck driver Billy, who's never done anything to him apart from make a video, and people like Gemma that just at one time wanted to belong to a community, and look what she got from Coach Eli. And is still being targeted today because she doesn't want to go back to him, and he doesn't like the fact that she's with Lycan and watching his channel and donating to him, and the same with Riley. She's donated to me, Eli. So if you want to be butthurt about something, be butthurt that she donated to me so that during April to May I can live stream still. Because you wouldn't want to miss my content, Eli, for 1 day. You want to miss my content, Eli. So, Flaming Dragon and Gemma made it so that I can stream for most of March, April, and nearly through May. So, gotta be butthurt, Eli. All I'm missing is £8, and then I can stream March, April, right up until May the 14th with another £8. And I guarantee you, in the 4 weeks it takes me for it to run out on the 14th of May, I will have the £8. 14th of April, I will have the £8 to get from April to May, because I don't want you to miss my content, Eli. I don't want you to miss 1 day. So on the 14th of April, when it runs out, I will have made the £8 to go with that £10, and then I will stream in March and April and May, up until the 15th of May, and you can be butthurt another 2 months. Oh, must feel good to be you. Yeah, you can be butthurt for at least 2 months, Eli. Because I know my community, and I know that they can get together £8 just so I can live stream, so you can hate me some more. But you know, you want to downgrade my streams, so be it. It's St. Paddy's Day. We're all happy in the UK. We're all happy in the Irish parts of America. We're all top of the morning tea and lifting a drink to St. Paddy because I'm part Irish. You know, just hanging out, having some fun. But if you didn't check out my stream today that I did earlier, it was a online shopping stream where we looked at shoes. Oh my God, the shoes. There were some weird shoes. There are some horrible shoes. And my God, there are some downright shoes. So I didn't, you know, have the best time searching for shoes. But who says you won't have the best time watching my failure of shopping? But there is a poll on my community tab on whether you want pre-recorded or a live stream of the bags and accessories on everything £5. Because then at the end of the month, on the 2nd, I'm going to buy whatever's in my basket. That should be fun. But yeah, if you like shopping, by all means go check it out. And at the end of the month, I will buy whatever's left in my basket. And we did say about the law of attraction, i.e. the stuff I put in my basket from everything £5, if it's there at the end of the month, then I should buy it. And if it isn't there in the end of the month, I wasn't meant to have it. We're going to see how that goes. They've been on a spin. They've been spinny. They should be done. Just... So what? No, they're not. Just bring them out and let them air dry. They should be fine. Bring me an item of them. It should be fine. Yeah, they just need to air dry. Just bring them out so they can air dry. It's because they're all compact, isn't it? And I bet this top could come out. Yeah, look at that. Come out again. This jumper is the bane of my existence. It's a gorgeous jumper, and every time I wash it, it comes out. Whoever designed it was an idiot. I have to fix my jumper. How's everybody else's day been going? Anybody else have any discussions in the chat apart from Coach Suckadick that's disliking all my videos and is targeting me like some kind of asshole? Yeah, he disliked videos that weren't even about him. He's just disliking everything. He's doing the same with Gemma's channel. He's gone to it and he's just disliked everything. He's an asshole. He's obviously got more time on his hands to troll me than... He's got so much time on his hands. It's amazing what you can do when you don't have a job, a life, a girlfriend, a family, kids. Yeah. Yeah. Looking at geese and running away from pussycats. Tie up before you put in the wash. The only thing is if I tie them up and I put them in the wash, it makes it so I can't untie it. It becomes, what does it become? It becomes so I can't get it undone. It's really cheap, nasty, cheap and nasty. It's from everything £5. Maybe I could try tying it. It might be an idea. I don't want to wreck it because I can't rebuy it. If I wreck it, it's gone. Because it came from everything £5 and their stuff is limited to size and colour. And if I destroyed it, I don't have a backup. Although this is still on the website. I could order a backup, Kieran. If it was still in my size, I could order a backup just in case I do wreck this one at some point. But I could try tying it. That's a good idea. It might work. It's just being able to get it. It's just being able to get it untied when it comes out. Because some fabrics are really awful. No, that's mine. You can have one of the cakes. You can have one of the Easter cakes. that I
I
bought.
get eggs on top this time, right?
Might even get 2 on some of them.
Oh, two.
Ooh, look at that. It's Christmas already.
I took the 1 week then.
Your day was busy, working all day with plenty of meetings, so nothing exciting for me. Well, I'm so glad you did more than I did. I walked to town, go me. I went to the pharmacist, go me. What else did I do? I went shopping a tiny bit. Anonymous donate to my channel so I could go shopping. So I bought some more items to do another video with. So that should be good. That's coming. When's it coming? Tomorrow or Friday, once I've done it. I have filmed it, I just haven't edited it yet. So that'll come tomorrow or Friday, probably Friday. Because I'm also live streaming Friday night with Coach J-Rom on his Twisted 50s channel. So I've got a busy Friday coming up. And I'll see all the people in my channel there. Obviously. You don't want to miss that, especially if you're into BDSM or the alternative community, or you're curious. You don't necessarily have to be in the BDSM community to watch it. If you have questions, queries, by all means, stop by the channel. I would have preferred to go out in the day if I could. Yeah, I'd love to go out. I'd love to. I went to Costa and got a cheese bean toasty. That was lush because I didn't fancy cooking. But it would be nice to go out for a walk and hang out. I'll be there, and I'm sure everyone in your community will be. It seems interesting. It is interesting. It's going to be a really good night. We're going to learn about being a dom and a submissive. It's not just about, it's not just about me lording it around, as a dom. Coach J-Rom is a dom as well, and his girlfriend Anna is a submissive and a little. So it should be cool. Should be an interesting evening. It should last about 2 hours, depending if we get sidetracked. But it should be about a 2-hour stream. Should be between 10 p.m. UK and 12. But if we get sidetracked, if we're having fun, if there's more questions in the chat, who knows how long it could last. I'm totally free on Friday, so I don't have anything to stop me live streaming or hanging out or anything like that. I don't have any commitments in that way that would stop me per se. My phone keeps going off. But anybody got any questions, queries? It's kind of quiet tonight. I have been live streaming for 2 hours, mind you. But I've had fun. I don't know about anybody else. I'm still trying to fix my tongue. I'm so good at this stuff, though. I'll have it fixed in a sec because I'm that great. I think a lot of myself, don't I? Somebody has to. I have to think a lot of myself because who else will? If you have any questions, queries, advice, feel free to share, chat, anything. Perfect. Look at this shit. Yes. Look at that. Sorted. There we go. Look at that. Back to normal. Yay. Still what? You just put one word. Still waiting for laptop details. I know. I'm a bad person. I know I got run over yesterday nearly. No. Sorry, that was today on the crossing in town when some inconsiderate dickhead wanted to run over me, because apparently he doesn't know what a red light looks like. Yesterday, I was nearly in a car accident, so I will get that to you as soon as I can. It's an HP, if that helps. I know it's an HP laptop. It's an HP. That's literally all I know. Yes, an HP. I'll have to go into the computer specs because I don't know nothing about my system. I just know it's an HP laptop. Like I said today, I haven't made an effort. You might have noticed. Hair isn't brushed because that's why I keep going like this. Top is just plain black today. Model should be underneath. Oh, okay. Fair enough. I will have to look underneath because I don't know what I'm looking for, do I? Let's be honest. I know it's an HP because it says on there. I'm that educated. I can read HP. But I will take a photo would probably be better. I'll see if I can picture it. And then hopefully I can get my laptop fixed and get my whole thing set up. Wouldn't that be awesome? I'm actually looking for a backdrop of what I want. I'm not sure what I want. I might have to look on something like wish.com maybe for a backdrop. They have some nice ones. Amazon, I think, have some nice backdrops. Like I said, I'm not a YouTuber. This is basically like a social hangout for me, kind of deal. So it's not really a job as yet because I'm not monetized. You know, if I was monetized, you know, I'd probably have a fancy background by now and, you know, all that shit, but I don't, obviously. I sit on a couch with a TV with a busted laptop, you know. I'm super put together, as you call it. Super put together when it comes to the YouTube live streaming one. But I don't feel I need fancy shit quite yet. But when I get monetized, I want a nice backdrop. I want my laptop fixed. I want to be able to live stream properly, professionally, and maturely. Because you know me, I like the mature stuff. Because that's how we have to act, professionally and maturely. Sorry, I'm getting a message behind the scenes. No, because we do everything behind the scenes. There we go. But it is St. Paddy's Day. I hope you've all had a nice tipple. Tooted your hat to Paddy. Or tipped your hat to Paddy, should I say. What is everybody else's plans for this evening? I would say you probably don't have many if you live in the UK, apart from sleeping, as it's 10 o'clock. And the rest of the world is obviously, you know, having dinner. Some of you might even be on the next morning if you're my friend's Chopper Rules in Australia. You already know what Thursday is like, and if it's anything as bad as my Wednesday or as bad as my Tuesday, oh, the days can't get much worse. Tomorrow should be better. I don't know how. I don't know why. I am crossing my fingers. I am crossing my fingers to have a more positive Thursday. Anybody else got a terrible Thursday coming up that would make me feel better? I had a terrible Monday, a terrible Sunday. I had a terrible Mother's Day, per se. We had a family issue. Monday didn't go very well. Tuesday, I was then involved in a car accident. Today, I've been in pain. I've live streamed a couple of times. I've tried to get on, but I've been a bit stunted. And tomorrow can only get better or worse. And I'm hoping it's for the better. I'm hoping. My hair actually looks black on camera. Or is that just me? I think it's because I'm in the dark. See, this is what I want my hair color to look like. And this, oh, can you see it? is the abomination it actually is. Look at this brown. See this? This is the color it is, and I want it to fade into the background and be black, and it's not. It's brown. It's a trick of the light, but it does look better like this. I don't know how it looks on the actual video. Is my hair black or brown? No, it actually does look black. I can't wait to get my hair cut and dyed. Just a couple of inches. And then have it re-dyed. And I want to have it layered maybe. And I can't wait for a haircut. You know, I want to dye my hair. I am so sick of this. So sick of it. You know. I wanted to have my hair dyed last year in March or April, May time. But we were in lockdown. You can do. And then every time they went to lift the lockdown and I wanted to book something, you couldn't book anything because everything was full. And now everyone's booked up now because I want to dye my hair before the summer. Hopefully. That's the idea, is to book my hair before I go on holiday in September. I'd like to have it cut and re-dyed so I look good. Because I'm going on holiday and I have to look the bomb. Because well, we have to club in June because I'm single and ready to mingle. So we have to go clubbing and have fun with my sisters, which I can't wait to do. Clubbing with my sisters is so much fun. It's the only time I really get to spend with them, although I am spending more time with them, or I had done until lockdown came along. But I can't wait to go clubbing and, you know, shake my money maker, have some drinks, hang out with some friends, go clubbing like we used to with my sisters. We used to club every weekend and every kind of. I used to club every weekend when I was younger, and then as we got older, it used to be a couple of times a year. And at the minute, I could go clubbing every week. How fun would that be? And instead, we're stuck indoors 24/7, and all I can think of now is getting to June, going at clubbing, spending the weekends with my sisters, having fun, going to a pub, shooting some pool, hanging out and having fun, and then getting ready for my holiday in September, which I cannot wait to go on. If anyone needs a holiday, it's moi. I've had the roughest 2 years you can have, and I need a holiday. I need sun, sea, and single men. Sun, sea, and single men. Bet you don't have that on your t-shirt anywhere. Maybe I won't be single by the time I go on holiday. Who knows? Maybe I won't have to look for single men. Maybe I'll have to have the sun and the sea, and then I'll be taken. It's possible, you know. I think the only thing really stopping people dating during lockdown is being in lockdown. Quite a few of us have become single during lockdown, and unfortunately, you can't see people because you're breaking rules. You can't go out because you're breaking rules. You can't go to a pub, a dinner date because you're breaking rules. It's technically the worst kind of dating thing you can get is the country being in a mass lockdown to put you off the dating ring. Because you can text somebody on a website. You can talk to them on the phone, but you can't see them in person. You can't go out and have a drink somewhere. You can't even go to a park at the minute unless you're like in a bubble. You never know what's around the corner. Well, I mean, the holiday we're going to Great Yarmouth, which I've gone to every year since I was 2, apart from last year because of COVID. Which took away my trophy of going every year. And I'm going with my son and his girlfriend. Hopefully, we'll be allowed to go with lockdown. Hopefully, lockdown won't be a thing. And if I can find a man, I can take him with me, apparently. I have permission from my son to take a man. Isn't that nice? I have permission. All I have to do now is find a man to go on holiday with. And how easy is that in lockdown when you can't see no one, you can't really talk to anyone, and the last year you've been in lockdown? That should make it really easy to find a guy for a holiday. And talk about making it really quick to find a guy. You know, you've literally got to find a guy. I mean, you can't really date until, I suppose you could date kind of in April. But officially, if you want to go clubbing, go to a restaurant, bowling, I don't believe you can do that until June. And then the holidays in September. So you've got the July, August, and then I'm on holiday September. It gives me like 2.5 months to find a guy in June, date him, and be dating him long enough to want to take him on holiday in September. Just like that. So it's really quick, isn't it? Lockdown isn't helping us single people, mind you. It's stunting us. The single people of the world should be the ones revolting over lockdown, because we're single. We're not allowed to go out. We're not allowed to date per se. If you any doubt what it's like to have a lockdown for a year and to have to be single in it, it's hard. You know, you can text someone as much as you like, you can call them on the phone, but if you can't see them in person, it's hard to make a decision on the person. It's hard to get to know the person because you can't tell much through a text. Let's get that right. If you're on Match.com, Plenty of Fish, Tinder, or whatever you're on, you can't tell much from a text message. Now, mind you, you could give out your number to this person. You could follow them on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. You could chat to them. You could Zoom call them. You could FaceTime them. But can you really tell what the person is like through text, through FaceTime, without meeting them face to face and like spending a couple of hours with them? I don't think you can. I think you have to meet a person to get to know them. And a text and a call on occasion isn't the same as hanging out in real life. It isn't. It is a way of starting, mind you. It's a way of bridging the gap. Instead of just saying, well, I'll see you in 6 months when lockdown is over, and then we'll start dating, or then we'll start chatting. It is like having the world's longest foreplay. You're basically talking to them. And if you're in lockdown, it could have been a year before you could see them. That's some dedication to dating. But who knows? Who knows? Coach Eli seems to think that men should avoid me. Yeah, he might be right. The men should avoid me and they'd be better off without me. Well, I guess that's a judgment call on his side. Could be the fact that he's just not my type, Eli. And that, you saying that I'm better off without a man, I probably am. How do you know I'm not better off without a man? You know, with all the shit that relationships have with them, and the fact that I've been in such long-term relationships all my life, would it really be that bad just to be single for a while? You know, I've been single a year now. I've been a single since last February, and it is now March. I have been officially single from a year. Does it bother me? Sometimes. Am I looking to get a man straight off and go back in the dating game? It has been a year, mind you. This isn't like I became single and 3 months later I was looking for a man. You know, I've been looking for a man per se since I moved out, and I moved out in June last year. So sooner or later, it's going to be a year since I moved out. It's over a year since I've been single. So do I want to sit around and wait for a man? Maybe I want to play the single game for a while. Who knows? All it meant is that when Eli said that men should avoid me, was basically he was warning men of me for some reason. I don't know what have I done. Maybe he's not into headstrong women. Maybe he wants some kind of submissive. Maybe he thinks he's a dom. And I wouldn't do too well with another dominant male. I'd butt heads with him. Absolutely. I am headstrong, highly opinionated. They are turning off points, yes, but only to the wrong guy. The right guy would see that I was strong, independent, strong-willed, and would find it attractive. There are men that are attractive to strong, independent women. You know, some men are off-put by strong, independent women. Obviously, like Coach Eli, he wants someone that he can undermine and demand on, and that's just not a dominant woman. He needs a submissive that's going to be a yes ma'am, no man kind of man. And unfortunately, that's not my type of guy. I like a man that does what he's told. And that's kind of how it goes in my world. It's not necessarily my way or the highway, but I don't take orders from men per se. I know there's flexibility in that, as in, you know, come to a convenient midway, maybe compromise, but an outright walkover, absolutely not. That's what Eli didn't like about me. He didn't like I was headstrong, determined, and not a walkover. That's unfortunate because that's what Eli would like. He wants a girl that he can order around, and basically get her to do whatever he wants. Nothing wrong with strong, independent women. At least decisions can be made instead of humming about them all the time. That is true. I don't like to sit on a decision. It's like, It's like, no, just pick something. You know, have you ever sat there before with your partner and said, what do you fancy for tea? And they're like, I don't know. And you're like, well, what do you want? And they're like, I don't know. You choose. And then you're like, well, I don't know what I want either. And it's like, well, someone fucking choose, for God's sake. Like, pick somewhere. I don't care. And then they turn around and say, well, okay, I fancy Italian. And then your partner will go, well, no, I don't really fancy that. And it's like, well, what the fuck do you want then? And they're like, well, I don't know. It's like, oh, for God's sake. And you go round and round and round. And that shit I can't stand. It's like, just pick somewhere. I don't care where it is, what it is, just pick something. And that kind of thing can be niggling in a relationship. You know, if you can't pick a dinner, you can't pick a movie, and I'm sitting there kind of like, just pick somewhere. I said, well, I don't know what I want. Oh, I don't care. Just pick somewhere. Get on with it. You know, hurry the fuck up. That's my personal opinion. I hate dithering. Like, get to a conclusion, pick something, you know. It could just be me. It could be my headstrong kind of way, like, get shit done, move on, get to it kind of attitude. That's exactly, that's the same example in my head. Now that does my head in. Yeah, pick something. You know, it's like date night when you go to the cinema and you're looking at the movies and the guy's like, what do you want to watch? And you're like, well, I don't know. There's nothing I really want to see. And then he goes, well, how about this movie? And you're like, no, I don't really want to watch that. And then he's like, what about this movie? And you're like, no, I don't like Ben Affleck. He's like, well, what do you want to watch then? I'm like, well, I don't know. You choose. It's like, well, you don't want him to choose, do you? Because you said no to everything he said. You don't want to pick yourself. Maybe we should just get a random bloke in the audience to say, what the fuck should we watch tonight? And have him choose. You kind of need a third person to say, well, look, you don't want to watch this movie. You don't want to watch this movie. The guy in the background says, pick them one in the middle and go for that. And both of you just shut the hell up kind of thing. And move on. You know, like, that kind of thing, because that can get people's goats sometimes. You know, picking a movie, picking dinner, picking a holiday, The whole, oh, I don't know, I just get on with it, you know. That could just be me, the headstrong-minded, let's get on with it, shit to do kind of snappy attitude, which isn't attractive for everybody. I don't dispute that. I don't dispute that's not attractive to every God's living man. But that's just me. You know, will I be single in a year? Who knows? Will I have a man for the holiday? You're going to have to stay tuned for that one. Will my holiday at Great Yarmouth in September have a man in the vlogs with me? How crazy would that be? I don't think I've vlogged with a man in my vlogs, thank God, for years. But it could happen. It could happen. You ruin the atmosphere. I'm the same. Want it, just decide it and get on with it. Exactly. Good thinking, Flaming Dragon. We're on the same wavelength. But I could be single when I go on holiday. There's nothing wrong with going on holiday being single. There are plenty of single men out in the world that could catch your eye while on holiday. Or I might find somebody and he ends up being in my vlogs constantly, because that would also be fun. I'd love to vlog with somebody else. I never really had, my ex didn't really like being in the vlogs. He appeared in like one or two, but he wasn't really one for appearing in them. And I'd love it if I could find a bloke that wanted to live stream with me, that wanted to hang out and vlog together, that wanted to visit different places and vlog about them, and just that kind of thing, like couple vlogging. It's always been a fun idea of mine to go to different places, to go away on holidays, to vlog stuff, to hang out and vlog and that kind of thing. But it's not to everyone's taste, I know. And I'll have to find a man that likes YouTube, that likes doing YouTube stuff, that likes to vlog, hopefully, and that kind of thing. And that's not everyone's cup of tea. Some people don't even like YouTube, they don't watch YouTube, and that's perfectly fine. But it would be nice if I could find like a man that was like a midway, you know, that wanted maybe to watch YouTube or wanted to be a part of YouTube and that kind of thing. So it would be nice to find a man that had that kind of way, I guess, that wanted that kind of same thing as me, but, you know, play it by ear. Take every day as it comes. But this top is annoying me. It's so tight. I think I've washed it too small and it's shrinking because it feels ever so tight today. Need to get some more clothes. And you know what I would do? Primark if it was open. Oh, God, I can't wait to go shopping at Primark. Apparently, Primark in Norwich is open, and I would kill to go to Primark just to look at the clothes. I couldn't really afford to buy anything. I just want to look. I just want to look. I just want to have a normal life. I want to go to Primark. I want to go dating. I want to go clubbing. This is so much to ask for. You wouldn't think it would be, but right now, it's more than you're gonna get, per se. But who knows? You know, single and ready to mingle. So can't wait for lockdown to end so I can go shopping and clubbing. Maybe dating. Maybe sort myself out before my holiday with my hair. Go to Primark, get some really good clothes. I need a suitcase, which I don't have. That's one thing I don't have for the holiday is a suitcase. Need to look suitcase shopping. That's riveting. God, I need a car. I want to get a car. I can't drive. It's never fun going on holiday on the buses. Although I might have to go on a bus because none of us drive, which is terrible. I've never gone on holiday on a bus for years. Well, I did actually, but that was horrendous. Broken suitcases, tired, exhausted. Oh, it wasn't good. But if I had a man for my holiday, it would be nice. Then I wouldn't have to go on 2 different buses, carry my suitcases. Oh, it's a life of luxury, isn't it, owning a car? Being able to go here, there, and everywhere. And I've never thought of driving, ever, because I'm terrified. There are so many idiots out on the road. Why would I want to be with them? But who knows? Who knows what the future holds? Does anybody have a crystal ball? Anybody? Anyone? Maybe you could shape that 8 ball and see what my life comes up with. See what happens. I remember taking a coach from Norfolk to the south of France. It was a very long trip. Oh, you went on a school trip to the south of France, I'm guessing. Guessing that was a school trip. The only school trip I ever got to go on in high school would have been a trip to Switzerland, and my parents couldn't afford to go, so I didn't go. Which was a shame, because I can't wait to go to France. I want to go to France so bad. I need to get a passport. I need lockdown to be lifted. I need to save up, and I need to make it my goal to go to France next year. No, working on a holiday camp. Oh, that sounds pretty cool. Okay. Most school trips go to the south of France, Switzerland, and that kind of thing. But a school trip, that's a holiday camp, that's kind of cool. But hopefully everyone's enjoying my stream. I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. Hopefully this has kept your attention. Hopefully. I don't know whether I'm live streaming tomorrow. I know I'm live streaming on Friday with Coach J-Ron on his Christy 50s channel, as I keep reiterating, because I want as many people to be there to support him as possible. Because variation code. But that was quick. Two-step authentication on stuff is annoying. Anyone else find that? It was for school trip visiting. Oh, cool. Very cool. I'm just doing something very quickly. Bear with me. Cool. So I'm guessing, judging by your answers above flaming, that you are single as well as me. I think quite a lot of people in my chat are either married, have partners. I don't know if there's a lot of people in my chat that are single, mind you. I don't think so. I don't think there are many. I think everyone on YouTube either has a partner or a wife or a husband or a little, or I don't know if there's many single in my chat. There might be. Maybe we should do a dating stream sometime. And I can talk about the horribleness of a dating world that it is right now. Oh yes, the joys of through lockdown, as you had mentioned. Oh yes, lockdown. That old thing. We're going to come to a realization years down the line that lockdown was so much fun, and it was just a blip on the world, and really it just robbed me of a year of dating, basically. If you don't have any more questions, queries, put them in the chat. I'm going to be live for a little while longer, and then, as I have been streaming for 2 hours and nearly 40 minutes, I like to keep my streams under 3 hours long, if possible. I don't like to drone on for too long, because who wants to listen to me, as Coach Eli would say. But thank you to Coach Eli for the dislike. I love you so much, Eli, as always. You are welcome to dislike my channel as much as you like, because that's your issue. You don't realize I don't care. You should be more concerned with your own channel rather than being concerned with mine. Have you ever considered that? Maybe worry about your own content, your own channel, and your own shit when you're getting 50 odd dislikes per stream and I'm getting 1. Maybe you've got the issue, not me. Just saying. But I've been live for 2 hours and 40 minutes. I like to keep this stream under 3 hours, so you've got like 20 minutes, if that. If you any have any queries, questions, or any of that to do, you can feel free to ask me anything in the chat within reason. Message me on Twitter or Instagram if you want behind the scenes stuff, which I do on occasion. I don't always chat behind the scenes, but oh dear, it is 10 o'clock nearly. It is gone 10 o'clock here, mind you. But yeah, if you have anything else you want to ask, any questions, queries, share them in the chat before I finish up. And that will be the end of my stream if there's nothing else. I'll give you a minute or so in case there's anything left you want to say. If not, I might wrap the stream up. I've run out of things to say, basically. Let's be honest. I'm not like Eli. I don't have a repertoire that goes round and round. I try and have a different conversation. Yeah. Yesterday was bashing Eli again, but you know, it's another day, another dollar. Who cares? But if you have anything else you want to ask me about the dating world, about being single, about life in general, just anything really, I'm an open book. I answer anything within reason. Like I said, if not Twitter or Instagram, always a way of catching hold of me and taking my fancy when I reply. You know, I have a busy life, a family, a YouTube channel, friends. See, I actually have that. I can admit to some people. Not mentioning any names.
Either.
Nobody. If not, I'll close this down and bid you all a good evening. I have 3 people watching. I don't know who you are, but Coach Eli, if you're watching, suck a dick. If it's not Coach Eli watching, then hello. Hope you enjoyed my stream. Obviously, Flaming Dragon is here and has partaking in the tete-a-tete and divulging into my love life, which is riveting content, I must tell you. Nail-biting, riveting, up-to-the-minute content. Because everyone needs to know who Raven's dating. It's like, need to know information. I guess not. Because she's not dating anybody. Newsflash. Raven dates no one. So, the joys of being single. Are not fun during lockdown. It's not fun. It's kind of that kind of fun. Highlight of the evening, Raven. What's my highlight? Talking to you guys. Or am I the highlight of your evening? Because if I am, maybe you need to watch like Netflix or something, or a different channel. Because this cannot be the highlight of your evening. I literally sat here, talked about crap for 2.5 hours. I'm sure there's better TV than me. But the highlight of my evening, if you're asking me, would be hanging out with you guys. It always is. I love live streaming. I love talking to you guys. I love hanging out. I love socializing. It gets me out of my tiny little flat during lockdown. It gets me to talk to some people and hang out for a bit. Even if we are talking utter bollocks most of the time, it's still a way of communicating with people outside of YouTube, the real world. which isn't out there at the minute. But there will be. There is a world out there. It's just on hibernation. But it's been awesome. I hear that Coach Eli is live streaming later on, and you wouldn't want to miss that shit for all the money in the world. Talking about self-control. Yesterday he was talking about relevancy, and now it's self-control. He is a fortress of information that you could literally get from a YouTube, a dummies book. But if you want to watch him on YouTube, by all means, go watch his channel. Hang out in his chat for about 5 minutes before you get banned, mind you. So watch for the ban hammer, because it's coming, especially if you're over that. If you're like me, you're not going to give him the time of day, and I'm going to watch his stream elsewhere. Suck it, Eli. But if that's it, then I guess I've answered all your questions, and yes, I should shut the live stream down and prepare for some informative, riveting content from Coach Eli. Self-control on himself. Good evening, Alexander. Self-control on himself, if only. If only he could control his outbursts, him being triggered, the shit that he puts on his channel, Maybe he could have a whole different persona on YouTube. But that's not the one he chooses. So who are we to judge him? We're his audience. And audiences judge all the time, on YouTube, off YouTube. So it shouldn't be anything he doesn't already expect. I have self-control. I've never been triggered by anything Eli says. I've asked him why he's disliked my channel. I've had no comment. I've asked him to comment in the comment box why he dislikes my channel. I've had no response. So, entirely up to him. You don't watch him anymore. Well, I don't blame you. I mean, really, you're not missing anything. You're not missing any riveting content, nail-biting kind of shit. So, you're not missing out, are you? Let's be honest. I could be wrong. He could have a wonderful stream with really interesting content. If that was the case, you accidentally have gone on somebody else's stream and thought it was Eli's, because it wouldn't be his own. It wouldn't be his own channel. That's for a certainty. You must have clicked on the wrong person, and you thought it was Eli's because the content was great and it. But it's been a great live stream. I've had fun. I don't know about anybody else. Thank you to Gemma Journey Grace that came on my channel. Thank you to Kool-Aid Jimmy that tried to, and the same with Sadrift that tried to. There is a delay when you use your phone to come on a live stream, unfortunately. There is a delay in the talking. If preferably you need to come on an iPad, a tablet, or a laptop, it does work a lot better. But you can get on here with a phone. It just doesn't like you because you tell how it is and you don't sugarcoat anything. No, I don't sugarcoat shit. Never have done. And as I've said before, Eli is offset by strong women. And that's his problem, not mine. But thank you, Alexander. But as I've said before, I don't hold back. I won't hold my tongue. I say what I feel, and if it's classed as trolling, so be it. Stating an opinion, stating a fact, having a critique is not trolling. It's stating an opinion. It's a PSA announcement. And he'll just have to deal with it. And carry on disliking my videos. What star sign are you? I'm a Cancer. I was born in June. I am a Cancer star sign, if that means anything. I don't know what it means. I'm guessing it means something good. I'm sure it says I'm strong, independent, and don't take shit from nobody, because if it does, then you're talking about me. But no, I'm a Cancer. I'm a strong-headed, independent, hot-headed Cancer lady, I'm guessing. Cancer, same as my dad. Ah, fair enough. I don't know really anything about star signs. I've never really looked into myself. But I'm guessing that Cancer are headstrong people. Hopefully. Yours is Virgo. Oh, fair enough. I don't know much about Virgos or Cancer. If that's the case, then I'm the same as I'm a Cancer too. Ooh, 2 Cancers. Look at that. See, that's why Flaming Dragon is on my wavelength, because he's a Cancer and so am I. What are the chances of that? I'll have to look into the Cancer tarot world and decide whether our horoscopes match, because I don't know much about dating horoscopes or normal horoscopes, but apparently certain star signs clash really badly, whether it's dating or in real life. So I might have to look into the tarot world more. Happy Paddy's Day to Solus. Good evening, Solus, my friend. How are we doing? Born leader, headstrong and stubborn. Born leader. I do like to be in charge, that hence the dominant side. Headstrong, abso-bloody-lutely. And stubborn. When I say I'm stubborn, maybe sort of 50-50. So if that's what I'm like, then by golly, I'm a Cancer. Through and through. Cancer through and through, if that's it. But are you still on a hiatus, Solus? I did have Trashed Picture Show in here earlier. He said hi from the Emerald Isles. The Emerald Isles. How is your week gone, Solus? Have you enjoyed being off of YouTube? When do you break your curfew? You sound like me too. Oh, Flaming Dragon, getting flirtatious there, my friend. Nothing wrong with a bit of harmless flirting. Dad was stubborn and pig-headed and liked to do it his way. Oh, sounds like me. Not to toot my own horn there, but it does sound like me. What star sign are you, Solus? Your break was good, but now I'm back, baby. Yes, Solus is back. I've missed you, Solus. I missed you. I miss my friend. I miss my friend. He sadly passed away at the age of 70. Oh, God rest his soul. I'm not religious, but a passing of a loved one is a hard thing. Gemini. Ooh, what does that make him? What's a Gemini? A Gemini's crazy people, because that would be Solus. Do they have weird and wonderful YouTube channels? Check once again. Do they like goats? Oh my God, ding, 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 it's Solus. I don't know about Geminis. I don't even know about Cancers. It's only because this Alexander's dad was a Cancer that we're going on the fact that I'm hot-headed and probably short-tempered, stubborn, that kind of thing. I don't know what Geminis are like. What would you say you're like, Solus? How would you depict yourself? That's always a bad question to ask somebody. Yeah, Raven, I miss him all the time. Oh, well, he's in here, remember. He's always in your heart. That's how I see loved ones that disappear. and pass on. They're always here, or they're always in here. You can't take away your memories. That's one thing you can't take away. Yeah, how you see yourself. I mean, I'd like to say I'm pig-headed, strong, determined. Makes me a Cancer, doesn't it? Yeah. I don't know anything about Geminis or Virgos, but I will definitely looking into tarot more. I understand my star sign in Cancer. Plus, your mum was a Libra. Don't know much about Libras either. To be fair, I don't. I've done videos on star signs before, and I've researched them. And I've always looked at my Cancer and gone, "Oh, does that really sound like me?" And actually, it does. Which is the bad point. Because I've looked at it and I've discovered it's exactly like me. That's terrible. Do I want to come across like that? Yeah, kind of. That is kind of who I am. How do I see myself? Hard question. Yeah, it is a hard question. People say that you're a Cancer and they go, well, how do you see yourself? And I'm like, if you take the fact that Cancers are hot-headed, they are determined, they're strong and everything. And I'm like, do I want to be seen like that? And I'm kind of like, yeah, that is kind of me. It is a hard question. How do you see yourself based on your star sign? Do you connect with your star sign in that kind of way? Now, do I think I'm hot-headed and all that? Virgo is the guardian angel. Libra is the scales for justice. And mine is the seaside crab that walks sideways. I'm brilliant. Mine's the seaside crab that goes do 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 do. I'm sure there's more meaning to the crab, but I always saw it as the seaside crab, and I love the seaside, so that's how I see myself. Hey, Kool-Aid. I see myself as a crazy person who escaped the nut house. So you're a mental patient. That's different, mind you. Mental patient. Is that soulless? Do I think soulless is a person who escaped from the nut house? Quite possibly. He escaped from somewhere. I don't know if it's a nut house, but someone let him out of a basement, if not. I love you, soulless. The crab is nippy on his pincers. I bet he is. Get them trolls. The Scorpio has a sting in its tail. Ooh, won't want to meet a Scorpio anytime soon, because you know what happens to the crab? It pincers back. I'm so glad you know everything about star signs. I had a tarot reading maybe a month ago by one of my friends' channels. Her channel is called Minxlura123, and she does tarot card reading, and she gave me one about a month ago, and it was about relationships and how I'd suffered the last year, and that I should keep positive, and that there was a man on my horizon, and I wasn't to go looking for him because he'd find me. And that was about a month ago that I had that tarot card reading. But I've never really took too much out of a tarot card reading. But I donated to her channel. I got a tarot card reading. That's what she came out with. And I haven't really thought much about it until you just mentioned the star signs. But she did give me a reading. She did tell me that I'd had a rough time. I'd had a bad year. I've had a bad 2 years, but and that a man would seek me out and I wouldn't have to seek him, which I thought was kind of cool because I hate doing that kind of shit. I'm not good with signs. I just know someone told me my sign and that's it. Perfect. I looked into them after my marriage broke up, and my ex was an Aquarius. Ooh. I actually don't know the star sign of my ex. Is that bad? didn't really look into star signs while dating. I don't go for that whole matchy star signs kind of thing. I don't align the stars to find my man. As the tarot card reading said, I should wait for the man to come to me. I shouldn't have to be searching for him, because for a Cancer, that's too much work, too much effort, and I'm in charge, so he should be finding me out because I don't have time for it, or I don't know, some shit like that. Who knows? Could be anything. I guess I don't have time to find a man. Maybe I'm too busy. Maybe I have too much on, or maybe, just maybe, the man should come to me. It's a good thing to have. Maybe the man should be finding me. Maybe I don't need to search for a man. Maybe the man should do the searching and I should be the one to be in control, because I'm then the one to choose him. You know, all the men come to me and then I get to choose which one I want, because that's boneheaded and stubborn, isn't it? You're a beautiful woman, Raven. Oh, I'm touched by that. You're a beautiful woman, Raven, and the right man will come along when you're not expecting it. Well, thank you, Alexander. That's very nice of you. I like to think so too. I can't remember if I asked whether you were male or female at one point, Alexander. I always forget. I'm sure I've asked. And as a Cancer, I have a brain like a fish. But you never know. You never know what's round the corner, do you? Who knows? Will I find a man? Will I not find a man? You know, could be either. You know, I'd like to, maybe. Am I in a rush to find a man? Absolutely not. I'm in no rush to be tied down, monogamous quite yet. There's plenty of life left in Raven, in the single world at the minute. I'm not willing to suddenly tie myself down like that kind of tied down. I like my freedom. But would I like a man? Of course, cuddles at night, date nights, someone to share your day with, those little things, I wouldn't mind. But do I want a man attached to my hip, living in my house 24/7? No, that I don't want. I'm liking my independence. I like my side of the bed. I like the whole bed. I'm being greedy. I know, I'm greedy. But that's me. That's the hot-headed, dominant, in control, in charge Cancer lady. I'm male, but sometimes I'm considered gay. But I'm definitely like woman, but I'm one of the women's men. Okay. So you're a man, but you're considered gay. Is that because you're highly feminine? But I'm definitely like a woman, but I'm a one woman's man. Okay, so you're male. Okay. Just trying to clarify, because I can't, Alexander, I can't remember if it's male or female, and I personally don't like to judge anybody, just by their channel name. And I'm sure I asked you in a live stream before, and I always forget, because brain like a goldfish. That's us Cancer people. I don't think that's a trait of the Cancer people. It's just a trait of me. I'm slow-minded and I forget. It's easily done. Easily done. But you have some good, wise words there, Alexander. Good, wise words. Like I said, I'm not willing to just jump into a full-time relationship and living together and all that to do. I'm way, way away from that. I've had 13 years of a long relationship, and before then I had another long relationship, and before that another one, and I am quite happy to be single right now, in all honesty. I don't mind the occasional date, hanging out, fun time, but sort of being boyfriend and girlfriend, long-term dating, living together, marriage. I'm not that way at the minute. That might put men off, but that's kind of how I am right now. I'm male, but I'm male, but I've had people that think I'm gay or look gay. Look gay. Well, you can look how you like, Alexander. You shouldn't be judged for that. And people that think you're gay, I mean, if you're gay, that's your own business, nobody else's. And if you look gay, I mean, people can dress how they feel. If you've watched my clothing streams before, I've always said that you can rock your own style. I don't judge anybody for how they look at all. It's personality that gets me a person, not how they look. I tend to jump into the thing with a woman too quickly. Well, I think we've all been guilty of maybe jumping in head first when it comes to a relationship. Who knows? I don't know. Could I use mine as a jumping springboard into another relationship and move too quickly? Possibly. I've been single a year. Does that mean I have to start dating and getting a boyfriend and marrying him in the next 2 years? Absolutely not. You know, you could be single all your life. You don't need a person, as they say, to define your existence on this planet. Is another person nice to share it with? Of course. You know, share experiences, share your day, share holidays, share memories. It's nice. Is that the be end and end all of an existence? Absolutely not. Some people are single all their lives and they're happy. And some people are married all their lives and they're happy. You know, you have the freedom of choice of who you date, and whether you're single. And that's the power of being in control of your own life. I fall in love too quickly and tend to wear my heart on my sleeve. Oh, I mean, have I fallen in love too quickly? Possibly. I did fall in love too quickly at one point. Did I hold a torch for all that time? Yes. Do I still hold a torch in some way? And I think I always will do. But that's life. That's life. You do learn. And yes, I've fallen in love too quickly. And I've held on to that. And I don't think it will ever go away entirely. I will always have some love for that person. And then that's just how life is. You have to move on and take each day as it comes. But that's just me. I am the voice of reason. You can watch my stream and take something from it, or you can watch my stream and think it's a bunch of crap. Either way, you're still watching my stream. So hi to all of you. Whether you're here to troll, watch, or just to partake, it's all good. It's all good in the hood. But you're lucky I was still here. I was going to end the stream earlier. The chat had gone a bit limp. There weren't a lot of people in here. I was feeling a little bit deflated because there was no one here. Although I had been streaming for like 2.5 hours, which is more than I usually stream for. I mean, I do try and keep my streams, well, I wouldn't say fairly short. Kind of like streaming in moderation, shall we say, kind of thing. Streaming with moderation. And when you worship the ground someone walks on, they cheat on, and then you tend to be wary and cautious the next time. I've never been cheated on myself. I've cheated on people, but I've never been cheated on myself, mind you. That much I can hold my hand up to. I did cheat on a person before. And if I hadn't, I wouldn't have ended up with my ex. So there's that to say. But I've never had someone cheat on me before, per se. Not that I know of. Not that I know of. Who knows? Maybe that's maybe that's how it should be. I don't know. Life throws you curveballs, doesn't it? Everything is a test and a trial, and we just go from day to day, trying to get by, trying to get from one day to the next. You know, but you know, that's life for you. If life wasn't challenging, it wouldn't be any fun, would it? You don't want to make life too easy for ourselves. I was cheated on and then thrown on the street by my ex-wife. I was made homeless and I slept on a couch. That's hard. That's not good. I slept on a couch, and with my bad back, never again. But now I have my own place, so no more couches for me. No more couches for me. I have my own house, my own domain. I ain't sleeping on no couch for nobody. Not happening. But it is a trying time when separation happens, splits occur. It's something you have to get through. And as I've always said, if someone has a problem, an issue, a query, they can always message me behind the scenes on Instagram and Twitter. If they ever need to talk and hang out or whatever, my email is also in the description. Been there. It's lucky I still had my mum to fall back on. Right. But if you need to have advice, you need to talk to somebody, I have my Twitter and my Instagram, and my email is in the chat if anyone ever feels the need that they need to talk to me behind the scenes for any reason. They need advice, they're having a terrible day. I am always a listening ear for anyone's problems that they might have. Everything is confidential. I don't come on YouTube and then talk about you because you message me behind the scenes. Everything is low key and kept between me and the person messaging. So if you ever have any problems or any worries or you're feeling low, you can always tweet me, Instagram me, or email me. Raven is always available to her community. Just don't make it too late in the evening because Raven needs a beauty sleep. I don't look like this, you know, overnight. It takes a lot of work. You know. But yeah, I've been live streaming for 3 hours. Does anyone else find that exhausting streaming? Because I do. Especially when you've nearly you know, especially when you've been I don't know. I was what I was gonna say now. But yeah. Sometimes see. I'm not sure what you said there, Solus. Either you can't spell or I'm having trouble reading. I don't know what you've written there. I wouldn't turn to Coach Elo because he talks down to women, treats them like dirt because he used to hang out with the men who were against women. Yeah, he used to be part of Midtown, didn't he? The hate group against women, great place to be. Midtown against women and basically think we're the lowest species and all this crap, and you know, he's welcome to Midtown if he wants to go back there. I don't think Midtown would have him, so I think we can safely say that Midtown don't want him. Sometimes it can be exhausting. Yes, I can't spell. That's correct, Raven. Yeah, it was Midtown. I didn't know Eli back when he was in Midtown per se. He'd been thrown out of Midtown, or he'd left Midtown by the time I found Eli. And he'd been hanging around with Lycan around the Midtown area when I met him, and that Midtown had kicked him out and didn't want him there, kind of thing. So that's basically how I met Eli, kind of. He was out of Midtown. He was stalking Jamie, trying to get some relevance. They were trolling him, Joe and the bearded woman, I can't remember, bearded something. And then Lycan was trolling him, and they ended up at my channel one day because I'd been to Eli's previously. And then I've had all this shit for years from it, which is great, because who doesn't like that kind of crap? You know, who doesn't like that kind of shit in your lives? But that's just me, you know. That's just me, little old me. And that's how it ended up. That's correct. Midtown still talk about Coach Eli. I'm sure they do. I mean, Eli doesn't really talk about Midtown as much as he used to. There used to be a lot of Midtown content. He's kind of gone off that now, as such. So I guess he's, I don't know, moved on maybe. Who knows? Who knows what Eli will talk about next? It could be anybody and anything. But you know, life goes on. That's kind of it. So I think Eli's going live later on. I'm gonna check because I don't want to miss this riveting content, you know, that he puts out. So I'm gonna see when this glorious live stream is, you know, happening, because it's need to know information in 77 minutes. Wow. Doing a late one this evening, aren't we, my friend? I mean, God, Jesus, I'll have to be up till nearly midnight just to watch that crap. Have to stay up. Maybe he's trying to find his niche on YouTube. He doesn't really have a niche. I mean, he's been searching for a niche for 4 years. If he haven't found it by now, I mean, I'd give up, personally. I'd give up on the niche, but you can't blame a guy for trying. I'm going to be on Marty's live in a bit watching Grabbers. Never heard of that before. Maybe I'll pop on over. And that's on Marty's channel. Okay, I think I'm subscribed to Marty. I think. Who's Marty? Whose channel is Marty? I don't know their name, Soulless. Whose channel is Marty? Is that Thingy's channel? I don't know. I don't know their real names. I don't know their names. I only know the channels. It is Trash Picture Show. Yeah, I thought that was Marty. It's the old brain. Look, I mean, look, it's only 11 o'clock. My brain's like mush. Yeah, I'll see if I can pop over, Soulless. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this live stream so I can get something to eat, something to drink and all that. And then hopefully I will see you over there, Soulless, later on. Thank you to everyone for watching. We've been streaming for 3 hours and 18 minutes. I think my brain is fried. If yours isn't, mine is. It's a good thing about me is I don't have a niche. I just do whatever I want. Well, it's kind of like me. I mean, gosh is a niche if you wanna go for that. Goth can be a niche, but I don't do all goth content because that would just be boring. But if you want to see more from me, give me a big thumbs up, like and subscribe. I will hopefully see you all for another live stream tomorrow, possibly. I want to advertise the stream with Coach some more. I'm doing a live stream on Twisted 50s channel at 10 p.m. my time, 5 p.m. Eastern on Friday. On the Twisted 50s channel, it's going to be about the BDSM world and how being a dominant, and he's going to talk about how being a dominant male is in his life. So if you want to see an alternative stream, Friday, 10 p.m. my time, 5 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to do a pre-stream to it, hopefully tomorrow, to kind of warm you up for Friday. And if you want to see more, you can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram and check out all my other lovely content. So if you want to see more, big thumbs up, suck it to Eli, Coach Eli, suck a dick, and I'll see you very soon for another live stream. Take care and thanks for watching. Love you all. Good night.